Hassan's community is so insane that they're even sick of him. They go after him for the smallest things.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream.
Why?
It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hassan, at least pretend. Do it off stream. Please.
Okay, I'll put it in.
And she's like, please, just pretend to care, Hassan. And he's like, sure, that's my whole grift.
Is Pepsi okay?
No!
Is it? Okay.
No soda, Hassan.
I didn't know it was like that.
Today, we've got it. Check out the WillyMacShow controversy. Obviously, Willie's put out a video recently. We're going to check this out. I've been waiting to watch this with you guys, and it's on iDubbbz. Liar, theft, it goes over Noah Samson and a few other things. I actually gave Willie my segment early on Bad Empanada. I think he's still cooking something up, so there might be more on the horizon. Simultaneously, we're also going to investigate Willie getting banned from Reddit, and not like the H3 Snark Reddit. That's not really anything worth investigating. Willie got into a fight with the Reddit moderators or whatever for the H3 Snark Reddit, and he got a 3-day ban, like an actual site-wide ban.
Keffel's tweet.
A mod told Willie, and I shit you not, to himself, essentially. It was keep yourself safe, and then Willie was banned for 3 days. It's actually insane.
Nicholas!
Anywho, time for your daily! I'm telling you, something funky's going on.
Island of normal, meaningless drama content in the sea of political hysteria that is YouTube. Godspeed and God bless, good sir.
Everything is political until it's not political, and then they get mad at you for not making it political. That's what I've learned. We're going to check out Beazle really quickly, though. I don't really have a section for this, but Beazle has been posting clip after clip after clip, showcasing all this random shit about Creator Clash. Oh, God. Like, every new tweet is insane. Here's an old clip of iDubbbz claiming that Froggy Fresh is not training. If you want a Yeet account that's dedicated to A-logging iDubbbz, follow Beazle. This guy's nuts. I love it.
Nothing to do with, like, the OnlyFans comment.
Yeah.
Which still, like...
Oh,
Kicking Froggy Fresh had nothing to do with the OnlyFans comment.
yeah, there's loads of, like, things that we can talk about. I feel like, I mean... At this point, it's like we're a year away from it now.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, there's still so much to that whole thing.
Yeah.
That people don't know.
I know.
And I'm like, you know, I want to respect, you know, a lot of the people that we talk to, you know, coaches primarily.
Yeah.
Oh, Listen, we love the coaches. Some say that we have the best coaching staff. We respect them. We respect the coaches.
But yeah, there were a lot of very justifiable reasons.
Yeah. Including, like, not showing up.
Yeah.
To
training.
Oh, yeah. Froggy Fresh didn't show up to training. That's why we dropped him out. Yeah, that's why we kicked him. What a lying sack of shit. Now, I did see this, and you might be interested in it. So this is the comedian. He's very loud word comedian.
Dude, wait, you were one of the fighters today, right?
Oh, no, dude. Do you see who he's pointing at, chat? It's fine. I'll move you out of the way. Do you see who he's...
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, dear.
Shit, are you okay? He said no.
Uh-oh. Why is he not okay, chat?
Oh my God, you look like you've been through it. You look like you got caught jaywalking in Gotham City. Batman fucked you up. Where did you get hit? The eye? All over. Yeah, it's a miracle you're saying words right now.
He's getting fucking mauled by the comedian. The comedian is mauled... Wait. By the way, also, that's not mine, but this is promoting Starforge. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna leave this right here. You can use my link if you want to buy a computer. It's great for a streaming device when you're live streaming and you're playing your Switch.
Did you get that haircut before or after you took all those hits to the head?
Oh my God, bro. This guy paid 20... Dude, what was it? 20 grand or whatever? Get the shit beaten out of him? And then get, like, I guess verbally assaulted by the comedian.
Don't answer. You know what? It's not not on you. Have a glass of water. You might want to just lay down for a little bit. Don't go to sleep because you probably have a concussion.
Nicholas,
just chill.
the goat.
My brother was a fighter for a very long time. Now he's retired and he pushes a lot of doors that say pull. So I wish you the best of luck.
Jesus Christ. This guy knew he was coming for a boxing event. How long do you think he prepped that? Here's another one. Gee.
This was fun. I feel like I can literally say anything up here. I'm going to join ISIS on Tuesday.
Why are they cheering?
Up here. I'm going to join ISIS on Tuesday. Yeah! Big ISIS fans! Yeah! ISIS fan?
Can anybody find out if Frogan was one of the people cheering? Does anyone know? When the Kids with Cancer Foundation asks where the money went. Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck. There's some more stuff on here. Is there anything else I want to check out? Oh, did you see this? Dude, Ian and Anissa went on another fucking trip and posted another picture in Denny's. That's another thing that happened. What is this? This is about real good touring.
When we first started, we wanted to collaborate with a real touring company, but as it turns out, a lot of them are a little shady. They just want to throw you on stage and collect a check, and they also want to make bad deals with you because usually you don't know how touring deals work. And we decided, hey, that kind of sucks, why don't we just do it on our own? So we decided, hey, why don't we make our own touring company where we create the most transparent deal, the best deal in the industry.
Since you guys love being so transparent, want to talk about how much you got paid for the first two events? Jesus Christ, dude.
And create a team.
Fucking Mike from PA2 is getting mauled.
Shows that can help handle merch, that can help you with.
Dude, the new tour, real good touring, dude. Real good touring. What is this one?
Name, so they took her last name. They're making fun of his last name is Joma, is her last name, so they took her last name.
Ian Jama. That sounds even worse. I actually got something sent to me on the Discord that you might find interesting. I want to shout out who did it because it's the first time I've ever gone into my stream topic request section and I found something that I really needed to see. And I appreciate you sending it to me. So, are you guys familiar with, who the fuck is this guy? Dr. Mike? Dr. Mike had gotten into controversy because I guess he punched after the bell or whatever, or he like aggressively came after iDubbbz, and he came on Phil DeFranco to talk about it. But while he did that, he went on to explain how Creator Clash worked, and it's not what we were told now. It's, again, all of these fighters come out and they all have a completely different idea of what a charity event is, and they seemingly just talk with their whole chest, and it's never like the same thing.
Mindset. I did not think that he was going to put up as much of a fight. I didn't know what shape he was in before he started posting the videos. He definitely bulked up to try and face you. I was so fucking impressed by that guy.
I was incredibly impressed. Like, I've hit guys with my right hand in the gym that are bigger than Ian, and they go down. He did not go down ever.
I love how like all of the victory for Ian is getting punched in the face, but still not like going down. Like he's just like a really uncool version of what's his name? Nate Diaz. It's like if Nate Diaz was a total pussy outside of like boxing or UFC.
Professional boxer.
Oh, come on. You have
He could take a punch. It's like, no, he can't block. The problem, it's not the benefit of him being able to take a huge amount of damage. It's the issue that he's not putting his hands up and blocking his face.
You have anyone that has over a decade of experience doing a thing going against someone that has less than a year.
So much. Boxer for 10 years, and I.
Okay, sorry, that's the other unrelated shit. This is why we're here.
Ian and I were hugging the next day. I was congratulating him on his event.
Wait, what? I thought that they just left and nobody spoke about it at all.
Who is Bunty King?
Now apparently they were embracing and hanging out the next day?
With Ron.
I thought after Creator Clash 1, he just got on a plane and depressed and like fucking left.
Ian at 4 a.m. fight night after he returned back from the hospital with his broken nose, and he's laughing, he's smiling, he's happy because, you know, he hugged it out with his opponent. Ian and I were hugging the next.
Creator Clash 1 had an orgy instead of a gala. Oh, you know, I didn't realize that. I'm almost 100% positive you're being accurate here. That's why, yeah.
Day I was congratulating him on his event. That's what I want influencer boxing to be.
Paul fight when the card was actually a bunch of YouTubers, and part of the thing was you didn't know what to expect. right? I didn't expect Michael Reeves to go in there and look like he's been doing it for years. I didn't expect Dad to get the fastest knockout in YouTube boxing history.
I really like the charity aspect. Why? I mean, all the other boxing events are all about how rich everyone's going to get and they're going to flash their cash. We're going to raise a ton of money for some really good causes. That goes understated to show.
You know, he can kind of get away with that because of the time frame. Thank you.
Hey Nick, wishing you a great stream. I woke up today to find out Denims went on a blocking spree.
Yes!
She blocked me for over a Rob's media joke. All this drama and Connor eats pants attacking Yeet on Twitter. What a week, huh?
I miss all these controversies because Denims had me blocked for like 3 years, I think. Oh god. But yeah, I don't know. Dude, he can kind of get away with this comment because Creator Clash 1 did send money to charity. So I'm not going to be too harsh on him.
That all these people that put on a show for everyone, we're not doing this for themselves.
I feel bad for Mike thinking it was going to work out. Why? Mike won. He fought on the first card that raised over $1 million for charity and then never again. I think that's an absolute victory, okay? He's probably one of the few people who come out of this looking good.
This was a charity event.
Hey, Rob.
At the end of the day, like, that's the biggest thing that we have to highlight and the takeaway we have to have from this.
Did the people that were training for this event just pay for their training out of pocket?
So the way...
Uh-oh. All right, guys, you're going to literally hear my brain explode, okay? Because this is actually fucking... I blew up my entire perception of these events. You ready?
The people that were training for this event just pay for their training out of pocket?
So the way that the event is organized is 75% of the profits of the event itself will go to the causes that Ian designated, the American Heart Association.
Wait, whoa, dude. Wait a minute, wait, hold on. What do you mean there's splits? It was supposed to be all of it, wasn't it? All the profits? Wait, whoa!
The way that the event is organized is 75% of the profits of the event.
When was this? I'll give you a timestamp. It was May 16th after Creator Clash 1.
Itself will go to the causes that Ian designated, the American Heart Association, the Alzheimer's.
75% going to charity here. I was told it was 100. That was interesting.
Association. There's a horse, equine.
Dude, there's a horse, dude. Some horse gets a shitload of money, like fucking in his Venmo account.
The Alzheimer's Association. There's a horse, equine, animal therapy one that he selected, and then each fighter as well gets $20,000 to train.
Wait, whoa, wait, hold on. We've been told 15 for everything. When the fuck where did the other $5,000 come from? Now training in this case is 20. Everyone was saying they got paid 15 grand, and then Dr. Mike showed up and he goes, they paid me $20,000. Harley, I don't think we're getting equal shares. Unless Dr. Mike is mistaken. He's got so much money, he doesn't need to see what hits his fucking bank account. What's happening? Wait, why is it 20 grand for fucking training in Creator Clash 1? That's messed up all the numbers. We have been using the bonus and the, we were using the bonus and the fucking, what's it called, to calculate this. But now that number, the training money, that's not the same number.
One that he selected. And then
is it the US to Canadian conversion? Maybe?
Each fighter as well gets $20,000 to train to...
I feel like you'd have to say Canadian dollars, though. Why would you talk about Canadian money in like in the context of like actual dollars?
Use for travel, etc., etc. Plus, there's a small back-end fee that you also get from the numbers. I think it was like 25%.
What? Wait, what? Hold on. Can we run that back? A small fee of 25%? Wait. Whoa, dude.
To train, to use for travel, etc., etc. Plus, there's a small back-end fee that you also get from the numbers. I think it was like 25%. That will be split amongst all the fighters.
So we were told this was a bonus. Apparently, they were contractually giving 25% of the money to the fighters. I feel like we're learning new things every day about this event, aren't we? So it was never 100% of the proceeds go to charity after operating costs. It seems like, not proceeds, sorry accounting majors, 100% of the profits go to charity because it seems like the fighters are getting an additional bonus out of a percentage of the profit.
For me, I said that all of that I get the 20,000 plus 25%, I'm given to the Ukraine crisis. Everyone else is obviously covering their costs.
By the way, the Ukraine crisis, I don't remember, was that one of the listed, maybe it was his charity in particular, but like, yeah, so now it's not like, oh, they got paid X amount as a bonus. It's 20 plus 25%, and then these guys were running around saying it was for charity the very next year.
25%, I'm given to the Ukraine crisis. Everyone else is obviously covering their costs or whatever it is they need to do. But the huge majority, overwhelming majority of this money goes right to charity.
I do need to ask you about two things.
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Holy shit, dude. This is a shocker for me, because every time somebody talks about Creator Clash, it's just a different story than what the previous guy told.
One, I feel like you've been more vocal on. The other, I don't know if I've seen you talk about. So we'll start with the more vocal part. There was a controversy with your fight. It was supposed to be 4 3-minute rounds.
Oh, and then Phil DeFranco completely hand waves that, like, the for-profit part. And then he's like, so I hear that they changed the... Apparently, just to be clear, to make a correction from a previous stream, supposedly the fight was booked differently than every other fight, but the people who were doing it at the time didn't know. That's why they changed it midway through. The conspiracy theory is that they changed it midway through because iDubbbz was gassing. Supposedly, they claimed it was supposed to be a different fight than everything else. But it lends the question, why was it booked that way to begin with? I think the answer is still the same. I think iDubbbz was going to gas.
Out of nowhere, it changed to 2-minute rounds. I think I and a lot of other people think the fight probably would have ended differently had that happened, mainly because at times it seemed like Ian was fighting, he was a survivor, but he definitely felt like he was in deeper waters in what would have been the final minute of several rounds. And you've been kind of vocal about it, and I wanted to know, because what are your thoughts in general, but also, what do you feel about...
So yeah, the rest of this doesn't really matter, but it's an old Phil DeFranco where they went through the numbers, and they're odd. Odd, to say the least. That's probably the nicest way I could say it. We're going to take a look at WillyMacShow's video now. It's 40 minutes. I'm pretty excited to see it. It's like a follow-up to the previous video talking about Hassan, Noah, iDubbbz, and everybody else. So it is content fucking season, boys. Let's go.
Right now, I'm seeing iDubbbz and Noah Samson act like Ethan receiving human skulls in the mail is just a funny meme.
I don't know what this clip was going to be used for if it wasn't for, like, a WillyMacShow video. That is, like, a psychotic thing to just, like... It's so easy to not say what they said here.
I'm seeing iDubbbz and Noah...
That's, like, the main iDubbbz takeaway. It's so easy to just not say anything if you're going to pick things that are this dumb. You could just, like, not talk at all whatsoever. It'd benefit you greatly in the long run.
Samson act like Ethan receiving human skulls in the mail is just a funny meme.
Your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that.
You know, his wife made the humorous joke, like the bone, and he didn't remember why it was funny midway through the joke. That's what I have to imagine. That's probably what happened.
Especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or something like that. That made it funny.
Just a death threat to a father, a family.
Yeah. Was it a death threat?
Yes, that was definitely a death threat. That was 100. If it was on anybody else, it would be considered a death threat. 100%.
Yeah, no.
Yes, the threat is motivated on...
Yeah, literally. Thank you. Yeah, it's a death threat. Yeah, that's what a death threat is for. Also, I totally forgot to shout out the guy from the previous thing. So whoever linked that to me, Andre, thank you. Thank you, Andre.
Your community slandering Ethan as a racist who loves genocide. The threat so obviously is you don't know who we are, but we know where you and your family live. I thought Ian would be empathetic towards this, since he thought Sam Hyde was gonna kill him for no reason.
It was the craziest thing because Anissa said to me, she's like, Kate,
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
Yeah,
man.
True. You're actually fucking 100% right. He's deathly afraid of Sam Hyde. And he's like, yeah, skulls going in the house are totally normal. Yeah, 100%.
Understand. Ian and I both believe that Sam Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me. So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I'm just like, are you sure?
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
They try to retcon themselves but always forget that they forgot about the previous retcons that don't line up with the new one.
Yeah, I mean, I think iDubbbz and Anissa complain too much for people who are going to pull these cards later on, you know? They don't really have the legs to stand on in any kind of conversation like this.
So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I'm just like, are you sure?
I'm coming to kill you! I was like, I think the guy's a millionaire.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I was like, I don't think he's gonna risk his freedom to kill you.
Meanwhile, 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy were killed in the name of stopping a genocide. The same thing these guys accuse Ethan and his family of defending. But Ethan's crazy for being worried.
No, this is a hallucination. I will say it once again. If I don't think it's appropriate for someone to call CPS on Ethan Klein, why the f would I ever think it's appropriate for someone to kill Ethan Klein? Are you stupid? Of course, that is insane.
No, but you'd still praise them and hop on streams with them. Bad Empanada is encouraging people to continue to make false CPS calls to Ethan and Gila. He's acting like it's a big joke.
Hello.
Nicholas!
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, what's gonna happen, dude? What's gonna happen? I think, again, I've said this a billion times, but it's like the childless people who are making insane, like, things related to CPS. It's extremely unsurprising at this point.
Child Protective Services.
Oh, shit.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know why we don't have streamer mode on.
Yeah, I'd like to report a case of endemic dog infestation, and it also contains 2 Zionists, and as we all know, Zion is the baby killer, so I think this is a very dangerous situation.
It's like, yes, this is a joke, but it's also a joke about, like, calling Child Protective Services on somebody who just had Child Protective Services, like, falsely called on him. And it's by, like, the same guy who spread the rumor. So, like, I don't really know. What am I supposed to do with that information, right? Like, is this not ridiculous? Like, you're the guy who did that, you know? You're the guy who made that video stoking those flames. You might not be the guy who literally called Child Protective Services, but I would personally, if I was Ethan, hold you somewhat responsible for this.
Children giving the dog and the Zionists keep those kids safe.
This might be funny if it wasn't actually happening. This guy is also a serial doxer. He's doxing people on Twitter right now as we speak. It's so wild to me that we have this group of people that have devolved into this mentality where lying is completely okay. Hassan's biggest fan account is spreading the lie that Asman killed his mom. Just makes it up. Even Frogan, the least relevant Hassan groupie, is completely lying about her past statements, saying veterans deserved PTSD.
I'm a live streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the US military.
Bro, you didn't misspeak. You were serious.
I will never...
I gotta be happy for a second that this is the first time that I've heard Frogan's name in like 3 weeks. Somehow Frogan has been like removed from the drama up until Willie reminded me that she exists, which is great, by the way. I'm very thankful for that.
I have any pity for any...
But yeah, these people just lie. That's kind of just their thing. They just lie.
Soldiers. US military? Who f***ing who?
They say like an extremely edgy thing, and they play victim, and then they lie about ever saying it to begin with, after they've already gotten all the attention that they've craved from it.
I hope you get PTSD. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into f***ing America.
She lives in Michigan, by the way. And then you double down the next day laughing at what you said.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base?
These people are such cry bullies. If you aren't 100% with them, you're against them. A Twitter account.
And you know what this is? This is like small YouTuber syndrome. Somebody who's gotten away with this stuff for years because they can just lie. And then all of a sudden things get clipped and posted on LSF. And then they can't do it anymore, right? They got too much attention too quickly, and then their old tactics no longer work.
Nicholas! The goat. Thank you for
Post
the
that Hassan was
$5,
banned for a day. Well, Hassan frames them as an agent of Israel. Hassan replies, every blue check power farmer is an Israeli dick rider on this website. This guy didn't say anything. All he did was report your ban. And you have a blue check mark. Frogan sees Asman speak mildly about political content on Twitch. In Frogan's eyes, he's discriminating against her.
If I wanted to optimize ad revenue, you know what I would do? I ban politics. The odds are that me and Hassan and Tectone and Frogan and Denims and Central Committee cause 90% of the PR problems on the entire website.
Honestly, facts. Frogan tweets, you consider me political because I wear a hijab. I am not like you and don't make political content anyway.
I am so confused. How can Frogan, we didn't cover this really on the channel. I didn't want to go back and sit there and talk about Frogan for the 80th time. But like, how can Frogan sit there and claim they're not a political content creator? Even before this current situation, that's like literally every clip we've ever seen of Frogan. It has literally nothing to do with her hijab. She constantly uses it as like a crutch every time anything happens or whatever. Anytime she gets criticism online, it's not because like she said something insane or crazy. It's because like, they're going after the brown woman again.
In a while. What reality?
It's literally all she talks about. It's her whole personality.
Nicholas, the goat.
It's like actually insane that she tries to lie like that. But she can get away with it because her community's okay with that.
is she living in? No one mentioned your hijab. And now we have the newest rising star in Hassan's orbit.
Like maybe they said, oh, you know what I think happened? They probably said, hey, Frogan, you need to get a job, right? Like, Frogan, you have to go get a job right now. And she's like, what? What? Why are you talking about my hijab? No, no, racism.
iDubbbz, who's consistently used Creator Clash as a way to shield criticism because it's a charity event.
It's disappointing and it makes me sick to see him, like, you know, using the event as a way to, like, attack me back or whatever.
The new management of Creator Clash 3 revealed that Ian and Anissa were taking 34% of the profit from this event. Was Ian really concerned about his charity possibly failing, or did he only care about his bottom line?
No, he wasn't concerned about his charity failing, Willie. He knew it was going to fail. That was like, okay, you know? He expected it to fail. That's what they probably told the investors.
I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
He thought he was cooking with this. Since then, Freddie Wong seemingly dropped out of the event after seeing Ian drag Creator Clash through this drama.
By the way, that is the most cowardly dog whistle possible. It's like, yeah, guys, you know, I'm not gonna hold you to that, but I would love it if all the people in my audience do. I would love it if the people who are watching, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, would blame you entirely. It would be a real shame, of course, if they all blamed you.
The fighters from the main event dropped out of Creator Clash 3, blaming Ian for it. The event went from an arena that hosted 20,000 people to one that has a capacity of 4,000. A reputable harm has been done to this charity event. Everyone rightfully blames Ian and Anissa, but the funniest part is it's barely a charity event at all. Ian responded on Reddit, "We restructured so the funds for our charity partner would be raised on Tiltify, separate and apart from the actual event." The Tiltify is essentially when you go to Walmart checkout and ask you to round up $1 for charity. That's the extent of the charity aspect. People joke that this event would be a disaster like TanaCon.
You're saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon?
But TanaCon's problem was that too many people showed up.
That is so fucking... it's so funny, dude. It's like Tana wasn't ready for the amount of people who got there, therefore her event was bad. We're at a point where, like, iDubbbz, Anissa Jomha, and a bunch of fucking larger, previously relevant influencers can't even put on a successful boxing event. And Tana Mojo literally made a convention in a hotel room the week of VidCon and had the problem of too many people coming.
This one, there might be too many folding chairs. Yes, this is the actual venue. To hear him cry about, oh, this charity event's getting ruined when no pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, or profits from concessions is going to charity is a whole nother level of dishonesty.
What was the charity for? Like cancer research, or I don't even remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stand up to cancer.
Cancer is bad.
It was so significant. Noah doesn't even remember what it was.
Comes below, I don't like this guy. And I'm going to talk about not liking this
And he's grandstanding while us not knowing what the charity is. That's hilarious.
guy before I talk about cancer is bad. Because I don't really care about either, but I'm more likely to make videos out of that guy. And whoever gets in the way of that, even if it's kids with cancer, fuck them.
Noah, do you not know cancer is bad? Are you unaware?
Yeah, I've never heard someone so smug say something like so useless, I guess.
Oh, sorry, guys. Can't criticize Ian. There's this crazy disease nobody's heard of called cancer. This has been a disastrous event. It's worthy of criticism.
The way I see it is I think the common defense from the other side would be something along the lines of, like, don't use charity as a shield. But I think that...
And he thinks that, by the way, because his wife watches all of our content. All of it. Is a very avid watcher, an avid scroller who checks out everything we do.
They completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying, like, you do not have a case. You are not winning. You are not hurting me. So you're trying to find other ways to hurt me.
Thank you for $5, my man.
You're kind of by attacking this other thing, by triangulating this other thing, you are proving that nothing's working, you know?
Yeah.
And
oh man.
Yeah, oh man. That was completely retarded. Your own fighters are dropping out of the event. You think it's all malicious? They just want to hurt you? All of this genuine criticism is just a lie to you. Here's Wade, one of the commentators, talking about how misled he was.
You're telling people it's a charity event. Stop telling people that. Because it's not what it is. That was the whole issue with the lack of communication behind number one and two. That it's
I love how Anissa was like, I'm just going to get in here and explain to him that, like, other charities are bad. Remember, Wade, it's not that we're the problem here. Charity is the problem. We've done everything we could. Unfortunately, we're in the big charity ecosystem here, and we're just doing what everybody else is doing.
Charity event, charity event, charity event. It's not a charity event. It's a boxing event that you are perpendicularly associating with a separate charity that has nothing to do with people buying the boxing event. I was a part of the event and didn't know any of this.
Yeah, Wade, again, if you didn't watch the video or the stream, he did this for free because it was a charity event. He literally didn't get paid for doing 2 separate events for them because he thought the money was all going to charity.
I didn't know.
And Creator Clash 2, the one that sent no money to charity, was literally one of those.
Where money is going. Outside of the fact that I was offered and said no.
Jay LeRae, one of the fighters, didn't understand that this wasn't a charity event.
Those of you that don't know, I'm going to be...
Oh, it's the funniest part because it's Creator Clash 3 as well. Like, that's the fucking one here, Creator Clash 3.
Boxing in Creator Clash 3 in Tampa, Florida, this June 28th. I'm very excited. You can grab your tickets now. In-person tickets are on sale, and pay-per-view tickets are on sale as well. You can go grab pay-per-view tickets now. All proceeds from this event are going to Stand Up to
I'm so glad this made it in the video.
Cancer.
That is just not true. The proceeds are profit for the organizers. Only the Tiltify money goes to charity. What was Ian's response in his newest video? Well, it's just a miscommunication.
I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator, and I don't...
But yeah, I was extremely Wait, this is the crazy part. Wait.
Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator.
Now, it's after, right? So I'll give him that. But, like, he's addressed this before. He literally sat here and started talking. I forgot that this happened. Like, he just... In the past, he covered it after the event. So why did he not just do that again? I guess.
And I don't know how to convey things, not over-communicate, not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at risk. And that's kind of why I wanted to step away from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability, like the business side of things, like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially...
Guys, trying to figure out why our charity keeps losing money is a huge boon on my need for drama content.
when there's so many people counting on me to, you know, do that well.
You don't have to be an expert communicator to let people know that this is a for-profit event. The new people that took over made it clear in just a few lines on the
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Yeah, 100%.
Nicholas DeOrio, perhaps the most late man ever. I was promised a morning stream yesterday.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen, bro. I woke up at like 1 in the afternoon.
Transparency page of the Creator Clash website. When things evolve, each new iteration is supposed to get better, like phones or tools, not Creator Clash. The 4th one's gonna be held in Ian's backyard.
It might as well be at a 4,000 seat stadium. Is this still Creator Clash 3? I think it should be Creator Clash 4.
But the best example of evolution might be Exter Wallet. Exter is innovating.
Dude, Creator Clash West, bro. That's what it'll be. Creator Clash West.
Wallet game with a slim, slick design. A button that makes all...
What? What?
All your cards easily accessible.
I heard, and listen, I'm not one to call out sponsor segments, but apparently he's doing a thing about how thin this wallet is.
Looks like this, big, bulky, ugly. If you sit on it, it gives you a back pain. And as big as it is, I still lose it. And with Father's Day coming up, we don't have to live this way any longer.
There's like a picture of him holding this wallet in like one hand, one in the other hand, but the new wallet is actually thicker than the old wallet.
It's slim, convenient, and water resistant.
Like, his old wallet looks actually thinner than the new one.
The exact location. If you move too far away from it, it gives you a notification so you never leave it behind. And if you get too far from it, you can even ring.
Yeah, look at this, dude. Oh, it's his phone. Never mind.
It's slim, convenient.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It rings?
Convenient and water resistant. So whether it's for your...
I used to put an air tag, like, attached to, like, to my keys or whatever. That was useful.
.esker.com/WillyMacShow and use code WillyMacShow.
All right, anyway.
50% off your order. Thank you, Exker, for sponsoring this video.
Dude. I don't think they'll ever live down the 34% shit, because they weren't the ones who told us. We found out on our own.
Revealed with the change of ownership
Thank you! Just know that 0% of your money went to charity.
Nicholas Kell, I looked at Twitter to see if the post ever got taken down. There's a new context bubble about issues, lol.
About issue. Wait, I'm confused. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, that Anissa had gotten community noted. That is something that did happen. I think that's what you're talking about.
Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, you know, okay with the profit.
Why does 1/3 ownership immediately mean they get 34%? Obviously, it's coming from the 3.3 repeating number, right? Are the other owners also getting huge chunks of that? Where does the percentage for the fighters come from? Did every owner could not have taken the same cut as Ian and Anissa? Otherwise, there would be no money left for the fighters. You know? Right?
Profit share thing.
Like the other people, I don't know how much Real Good Touring and everybody took, but I can assure you every owner did not take the same cut as Ian and Anissa.
So you guys were expecting it to fail? That's why I think it's so cowardly you guys...
33% to get to the... Well, I think when they mean by 34% is probably on paper 33 repeating, because it's more than 33, so they've probably rounded up. Because he says it. I didn't actually catch this on my first, like, 16 watch-throughs. But I think that's what he's saying. We're 1/3 owners, so we took 34%.
Anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, you know, okay with the profit share thing.
So you guys were expecting it to fail? That's why I think
Yes. Wait, hold on, back.
Father's Day gift. Xker is the wallet up.
No,
What is
no more
happening
wallet.
right now? I'm seeing iDubbbz and no...
Dude, I'm so bad at streaming. Fuck, bro.
Kate.
Charity event at all.
It makes...
with them.
Where's the wallet? There it is. Okay.
We're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting 34% of...
Yeah, we were 1/3 owners, so we took 34%. He's like referencing the fact that's 1/3 or whatever is fucking 33 repeating over 100.
The profit share.
Fucking, is it proportions? Is that what it's called? I don't remember, dude. Second grade math, bro.
We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, you know, okay.
2 owners plus no. No, wait, it's Real Good Touring owns a percentage of Creator Clash, right? He says that we're 1/3 owners here. Is that not how it works, or am I incorrect? I don't think the investors are the other 2/3 owners. I think they're investing, but I think people still own it, right?
With the profit share thing.
So you guys were expecting it to fail? That's why I think it's so cowardly you guys bailed out of this event.
You know what's funny? I think Ian and Anissa are like the MGK and Megan Fox relationship on YouTube. Not like physically, of course, but like they've got that same weird relationship, creepy aesthetic. You know, remember when MGK and like they would just get weird fucking tattoos and shit and just show up in weird places doing weird shit and start like drinking each other's blood and shit? I feel like that's what these guys do.
It seemed like he made this content cop to get bad press so he could drop out. It's interesting how it took till now for moves to be made to make sure this event isn't a complete financial failure.
But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just direct...
Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Ian mentions the CC investors, but if he's receiving 34% profits, that would mean he is one of the main investors.
I don't think that means that.
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Hey Nick, Mike Leonardi, Jake Paul promoter. Likely owns a good percentage
Yeah, I
of
think
the
that's
event.
probably true as well.
He and Ian are the only 2 listed on the LLC, and only Mike is listed as a registered agent.
So do you think maybe he took 33, Ian took 33, or 34 rather, and then I don't know what's left. I have no idea, dude. I don't know. I wish they would. This transparency report would just give a detailed breakdown of where the money's going. I don't think it would be required under all circumstances to have this, but like in this one specifically, yeah, I think it would probably be pretty beneficial because it's been really shady how this organization has operated for the last couple of years. We really can't get any straight numbers from anybody. And now, obviously, that's come into question A lot of stuff is coming to question, like justifiably so. So I think that we should get like a detailed breakdown at this point.
Directly go to
of like all three events.
Charity. It was told to us like you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. Now I know,
and it's like we're blaming everybody else. Well, you know, if you don't want to take that cut, you could just donate it. It's like, sure. When this is all said and done, they're gonna be really happy about that.
Your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. Now I know some people will find
fine, we'll take 34% with the option to donate it later. I guess we'll do it. Yeah, no problem. It's okay.
Hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise.
Who was he told to? Oh, it was told by the fucking person who had decided for Ian, so he can't be held responsible. That's who gave the order.
It was up to our discretion at the end of the day.
The reasoning is so weird. We took profit knowing that the event would fail, but if it somehow succeeded, we would donate that money anyway. You just have to trust us on that. Why not just have that in the contract? Instead of it going to you and Anissa, it goes to charity. Can it
well, yeah, it has to hit his bank account, so it's like a tax write-off or something, right? Like, is that why? I don't know. I don't know anything about taxes, apparently. I thought that you got taxed on GoFundMe money, so that was just completely fucking wrong. Supposedly, that Innuendo Studios guy walks off with everything he raised, or at least he's claiming he does, which is a shocker to me. He literally doesn't have to pay taxes on fucking any of that money that was given to him.
Not be written in? Am I missing something? Brother, you and your wife aren't exactly known as honest people.
I'm very happy that, you know, this year money is being raised.
Wait, what? Yeah, that's kind of a random drop of information here. I might cover it later tonight or some point this week. He has a Patreon post where he's like bragging that he doesn't have to pay taxes on it. And then I looked it up and it seems like he might actually be right. I had assumed that these people who do GoFundMes and crowdfunding have to pay taxes on it because that's what I was always told with like GoFundMe stuff for legal, like raising legal funds and shit like that. But gift money where it's like, I'm poor and I need my fucking money is apparently not taxable income.
For charity, and I'm glad to know that it's already more.
No, it's taxed. It's not considered a gift. Well, listen, dude. That's if it is taxed, all right. And I am wrong about this. Well, I would be right about it, but I'm now correcting myself just in case. If it is ultimately taxed, Innuendo Studios is not planning on paying any taxes on it. Just to be clear. So then I'll end up being right. Which is funny, because he specifically said that he doesn't have to pay taxes on it, and he's of the belief that he doesn't have to pay taxes on it. So the funniest possible thing might happen.
Successful than year two.
And I think if he does have to pay taxes on it, you should do your like due diligence to not let him know, because I want the funniest possible thing to happen. To be honest, I'd rather him get fucked by the tax man. I think that'd be funny. Is that mean? Is that too malicious? I think it'd be really funny to not let him know and then watch him get fucked by tax man.
Mission accomplished, as far as I'm concerned.
That money wasn't raised by you. It was raised by Hassan reacting to Ethan's content, Nuke. If you don't host your event at all, that money's still...
You know what I'll do? For my next stream, before I cover it, I'll call my
Here's a gift,
accountant.
buddy. I know how poor you are.
Thank
Don't
you!
let the feds tax you on this.
It's a gift. It's a gift, all right? It's what I learned from Innuendo Studios, dude. Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll call my accountant.
The GOAT.
I'll ask my accountant.
That.
And that maybe
Here,
that will
Nick
help
has
us.
some gifted money, so you don't have to pay your taxes.
Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Goes to charity. You've done nothing.
Go figure. The white guy, 8 years later, is like...
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Ian looks like Dopey from these 7 drops.
Dude, I like how iDubbbz' eye just starts fucking looking right through you. Dude, the worst thing iDubbbz did was get LASIK surgery. I don't know why he did it, because it's just jarring every time you see him now.
Sarkeesian was kind of onto something. There's a lot of assholes on the internet, and they're kind of misogynistic.
If I was him, I would get like Meta Ray-Bans that are like see-through, just so it looks like he's still wearing glasses. I think that would be an improvement. Because, you know, there's a thing with, like, it's not always there's something wrong with the person. I don't know if it's just because I saw somebody wear glasses and now my eyes can't, like, I guess, comprehend what I'm seeing. Because, like, the glasses give you the big eye effect, and you get used to that. Your eyes get used to seeing people with gigantic eyeballs, so when they take them away, their eyes look tiny and weird.
Too, I think. It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest
God.
video.
It depends. It might be taxed. It might not. Source. I am a lawyer. Pay me $200.
If you were really a lawyer, you wouldn't ask for $200. You'd ask for a lot more than $200.
Around Anissa, you look like an abused dog.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
Oh, dude, come on.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS.
What is this music, bro? This is brutal.
You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not gonna
He's at a
spend.
cafe. Burn, has he always had IBS? Ian's just looking like a shriveled. You look like the grandma from SpongeBob.
What?
The chocolate grandma. You know
I didn't hear that clip. That one's new.
Talking about?
I don't know what's happened to Ian. He has zero confidence. He doesn't even know how to speak for himself anymore. His boxing coach is telling stories on how Anissa tells Ian when he's hungry.
One time we ended sparring, and afterwards everybody's
What's the name
hanging
of
out.
the guy? Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
I think that Anissa is like the I guess like the dream psych, like it's like for us watching, she's like the dream psychotic girlfriend that associates herself with Ian, like because it creates so much content for us, right? Could you imagine hearing a trainer give you like direct instructions on what to eat and how to prepare, and then your girlfriend is like, no honey, what you really need to do a week before your fight is eat a shitload of McDonald's.
Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
It's like, no, I know better than your personal
Did
trainer
you
and
hear Mr.
boxing
Medicare's
coach.
stream last night? Someone super chatted to have him say, Nicholas, the GOAT, thank you for the $5, my man.
Wait, are you
gotta
serious?
Clip that and put it in the donation sound folder.
Oh, dude, 100%. That would be good to like offset the one sound that plays every time. Oh, dude, fuck. Somebody has to send me that. I'll go look for it after. That would be great.
And she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry."
Yes.
And then so they had to leave because Ian was hungry.
No one told me this.
Do you feel like I speak too much for you? Like in this,
I don't think so. You know me better than like I think it's a weird.
Seconds right hand, Alex was.
Oh my god, bro. Hold on, I gotta full screen that. Come on, dude. Come on. Are you serious?
Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. The reason Anissa does it is because typically, whatever the topic is, she's filling in the blank. Because I don't say it for myself, I think, a lot of the times. You know, my head's in a different space.
You're not kind to yourself. You've never been kind to yourself, and you'll never share. Like if you're in a room with a bunch of people and people are talking about like
He always looks like he's like 2 seconds away from crying. Where's the clip, by the way? Did I not go back far enough?
what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never ever.
Why does it? Oh Jesus! Why does it sound like he's the Flash? Do you hear that in the background? It's got like the Flash like music.
About like what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never ever
Run, Barry, run.
speak up about that.
Does she change her diapers too? Now, I don't know how much weight.
I gotta go back. I gotta see that cut again, dude. That was diabolical. I thought it would happen a second.
So they had to.
Much for you, like in this.
I don't think so. You know me better than like I think it's a weird.
Seconds right hand, Alex Wasabi.
Well, I should.
That is demonic editing, bro. I love that. Holy shit.
Back at them for some reason. But now there's another.
Lazy Shell, the iconic artist. Thank you for the
recommend
20
watching Nicholas
Canadian.
DeOrio's latest
The
video.
piano music is so sad. Poor Poo Pants dropped a new tune with Anissa and her smelly husband today. Hope you don't mind. I included you and used some of your clips. Oh, no problem. Absolutely. I encourage you to do it. Check it out when you can. Have a great stream. I will take a look at it. Thank you, Lazy.
Her story about Ian getting cucked, no meme.
I've heard is that she was
Just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Ian is the shrived up soy jack saying, okay honey, getting ready for his duck flattening. It's depressing to watch, but he deserves it.
You
They're
know,
both malicious snakes.
I think that a lot of the Anissa hate early on like some of it was justified in the comments that she had posted on Discord, and like obviously she was just a really annoying person. A lot of people though made sweeping judgments about Ian's relationship purely because he wasn't making the content they liked anymore. I think that those people probably arrived at the right conclusion in some cases without the correct work being shown. And in hindsight, like, they look very good now. Even like the most malicious people look really good now. It's really hard to deny a lot of this stuff with Anissa, or even really argue it in any capacity.
Hitting on one of his sparring partners and was obsessed with him and gave him a VIP pass to the event.
A lot of his sparring partners got the passes, but she definitely had a big crush.
Shit! I'm sorry,
on
guys.
One of the
You guys
guys
have
that
to
would
go.
come in and spar with them, because
Nicholas,
anytime they would spar,
the
she would
goat.
just be super
Thank you for the
into it and
$5
watch every moment. And then, even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it. And then,
I want to say that, I want to say that before. So Anissa never gave shoutouts to Michael training Ian at all, but she put out the first video of Ian like getting hit, rocked in sparring when Ian was sparring with her crush.
Anissa allegedly flew out over
Dude, Anissa's crush is also diabolical.
300 creators to the event with no requirement to promote it.
He's like, our brand is at stake.
I don't know if it was 300. It was definitely like creators.
We're $500,000 in the hole right now. And we're like,
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters.
If he knew that at the time, do you think Harley still would have called into my stream to tell everybody what a great job they were doing?
Would have liked to have known that.
Harley would have called me and be like, dude, we've sold 20,000 more tickets than the previous event. They're literally pulling in chairs to the stadium because they've run out of seating.
I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that, you know?
Their pay-per-view sales were behind and they were still spending money.
But they weren't honest about
He was
the
high as fuck, so probably, maybe, I don't know.
fact that they were spending the money from the ticket sales on the hotel, on flying people in, on all these other things. So it was just like,
so those decisions, the gala.
I love Harley is a fucking fantastic YouTuber, dude. I can't say, actually maybe YouTuber is not the right word. Actually, maybe I can say too many good things.
Really lolly?
I don't know does he still do YouTube? He's a very interesting person. I would love to make content with him.
A lot of decisions were made while in the red.
Yes.
You know, I hope that Harley doesn't end up just doing like a I don't want to like call out Keem, but I don't want him to go on like a lolcow show. I think that Harley should make content. If there's one thing I have learned from this whole time, he should be doing like drama content, or he should be like tangentially around us, because he has like really good chemistry with all of us. I've noticed.
I have a question about that.
First of all, they rented the hotel.
Why does Superman have Crocs on? Should he have Galaxy foams instead? I got this, dude. Hold on. I'll fix this for you. I stopping the stream real quick because nobody likes Crocs apparently. The buttons are tripping me up right now. Should we put on J's? Let's give him Air Jordan J1. Oh, there we go. Here we go. There we go. He's got J's now, dude. There we are. Crip walking.
Hell for over 300 creators. And flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much more scaled back.
Ian can't edit a video anymore, so he flies out Twitter editors.
And then the second year they did that full hotel for 300 creators. They flew a lot of people in. One of the people they flew in was
You just called it a Krypton walk. I'm dead, bro. I'm actually fucking done, dude.
Froggy Tonic, and they flew him in from France.
That's insane.
And Froggy.
Yeah, I don't think the Froggy Tonic. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's true, but Froggy Tonic denies it. Just to be clear, he does deny having been flown out.
Had told us that he was there to salvage the documentary.
Okay, Zane, I gotta be honest with you, buddy. I've never heard sensitive society and good video in the same sentence before. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna... But, like, I can't imagine that I'm gonna pull anything from a fucking daily commentary video that I haven't already seen.
Anissa haven't responded to these latest allegations, but they did defend their tattoos. Priorities.
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool.
It really is remarkable how everything Ian says is projection. Donut Operator revealed in his podcast that Ian stopped talking to him because he made an OnlyFans joke.
He went to a range day with me one time.
Anissa's like, wait a minute, you're gonna talk about me on a podcast? Oh yeah? Well, I'll embarrass myself. Wait, what? Yeah. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. And he said, why are you going to do that? I will make myself look stupid if you're going to try to make fun of me.
We used to talk a lot about content creation and stuff. And COVID rolls around, I get bored at home, so I make an OnlyFans where I'm showing my meat.
Really?
And, well, basically, I'm taking a steak and I'm rating a steak. and
See, that's the reaction that you're supposed to have. Genius.
I thought it was funny. So I'd be wearing like just an apron. Of course, I'm wearing like boxers underneath. And I'd reach down and be like,
it was not a good video. Denims is irredeemable, but she was right to be upset. The guy who said he would send his rapist father after her keeps messaging her. Well, I thought the messages, forgive me if I'm wrong here, I'm not going to go look and pull them up. Weren't they from January? Like, he was like, oh, let's squash the beef, like, before the content nuke came out? Or maybe, like, right before or right during? Like, that was way before Tectone's dad even showed up. Or maybe there was one that was later? Does anyone know? They were from January? Yeah, so that's not super relevant either. And Denims is, like, a huge piece of shit. Unfortunately, Destiny's DMs are part of the reason that that is provable. But, like, I'm not going to discount them because they're Destiny. Yeah, I don't really know. The Tectone thing is a weird one. I try to avoid most of that other shit because, like, Tectone is acting like he was gonna like deploy his fucking dad, like a military position, dude. Like his dad's he's gonna drop down from the Warzone ship and go after his enemies. That was funny. I didn't really know how to deal with that. He started crying on stream about how his dad got called a rapist, and then he started like threatening people with his dad. I mean, it's a bold strategy, I guess. I don't know if that's going to work out for him in the long run.
like, this is my OnlyFans. And this is an A5 Wagyu.
And again, I can't stress this enough. His nickname was Iron Mike, which is also like Mike Tyson's nickname, who like did time for rape. I mean, that's also debated, I guess, even after he did time for it. But that's also extremely funny. It's really hard not to make a joke about that. More people get mad at me because I made the joke about Mike Tyson than they do about Tectone's dad, knowing that both of them had the nickname Iron Mike.
From down the street, and I would talk about it. And I sent it
What happened with... Oh, Papa God, we're going to cover the Caleb Hammer thing. I think you've already seen it. But I looked up the Caleb Hammer, and like the top thread that I saw was like a hate sub, and it was like Papa Gut glazes Caleb Hammer again. So apparently, Papa Gut, you are a total glazer, dude, of everything, dude. You're a Caleb Hammer. You're licking Caleb's hammer right now. Crazy, dude. Can we get a video of Papa Gut kissing Caleb Hammer for the segment later?
To Ian, and he got mad.
Where's Weddle? Oh, you'll see. It's Jake Weddle 2. It's not Jake Weddle. It's Jake Weddle 2. He was so good, there's a sequel.
And called me and like said I was making fun of Anissa, and like I wasn't. I just thought it was a funny bit because I was sitting at home during COVID. And
you'll never understand what it's like to be an ally.
What does he have to do with it? I'm just calling the guy Jake Weddle because at least he's like a notable name my channel would understand. And I did say Jake Weddle too. I didn't like lie about it, but he is like virtually indistinguishable from Jake Weddle. You'll have like it's two pictures being shown and you'll have a hard time deciphering between the two of them. It's literally just Jake Weddle, but in the cinematic universe of Caleb Hammer.
Yeah, it was. He like said stuff like that. I haven't talked to him since. That was like 5 years ago.
Over that?
Yeah, and I've like texted him and tried to reconnect with him. He just won't talk to me anymore.
Ian's response is to say, conveniently leaving out that your girlfriend at the time was pursuing OnlyFans, but you were too pussy to deal with the criticism.
Ha! I'm Ian. I'm well adjusted. I cry like a bitch when my girlfriend does OnlyFans, and I make fun of random children who are attacking me on Twitter, dude. Oh, did you see that recently? I feel like I gotta start adding this to my dialogue tree. Apparently, Yeet is a former child who Ethan and them are knowingly engaging with on social media, right? That was a thing that I saw recently. I had to tweet about it because I found that to be an interesting line of like a new dialogue tree that we hadn't quite seen yet. A former child that he is associating with, because everyone that we hate online has to be a pedophile at all times.
So you made a parody account? No.
Yes, former child Yeet. Yep. Weird behavior. I don't know why you would associate with a former child.
I don't want to be friends with a coward. How is any of that a relevant response?
Oh, recent former child. I apologize. They were recently a former child. They're a former child once removed.
Operator have uploaded a video like you did, talking about how intelligent he is for letting his wife do OnlyFans.
But I'm cool with it.
She's a former child, you sick son of a bitch!
You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend.
Yeah, this is how, guys, this is the alpha way of dealing with it. Dealing with it, taking it in stride, making jokes, that's weakness. The real fucking manly way to do it is to just say that everyone's beating off to your wife, all right? Mine just fucking squeezes her tits.
Uploaded a video like you did, talking about how intelligent he is for letting his wife do OnlyFans.
But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
You know what? I don't like the term woke, but this kind of describes what, like, the internet thinks woke is. The internet thinks that woke is having to make a video saying it's okay that people jack off to your girlfriend on social media while having a really shitty mustache and a weird-looking beanie. I wouldn't mind if The Quartering made a video calling this woke. I think there's a lot of, like, I guess, like, grandstanding and crying over the term. This is like the best stereotype of what you'd say.
Yeah, Ian.
Like, you have to have the pedo stash and say it's okay if people jack off to your girlfriend. Like, you just have to have it.
Wants to see it.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done, is revealing this side.
Because I think, like, the only part that I could really tie it to is him thinking that this makes him a better person than everyone else. That's where I'm tying it back. Like, knowing that he views this video as emotionally mature, when people just simply making jokes about that and, handling it in a much more reasonable fashion without defacing themselves online publicly, calling that weakness and saying that this is, like, how a strong man would engage with this moment or this thing that's happening in their life. That's why I call it that. Yeah, it's this, like, self-superiority over embarrassing yourself publicly that he can't even comprehend.
Of me.
The bar's real low, huh? Bro's only real-world experience was working at Legoland. This man just said it was the most intelligent thing he's ever done.
Wait, Legoland? Basically all of breadtubers? Yeah, I mean, I think that's what gets lost in quote-unquote woke discourse. Woke these days is like they cast a black woman in a Star Wars movie. That's woke. It's like, no, the reason why people didn't like woke people is it was like the self-righteous, I'm better than everybody else, San Francisco vibe like 7 years ago. It's not used like that anymore. The term has lost all meaning and it's like a fucking dog whistle at this point. But, like, that's the issue with, yeah, that's how I associate it with this.
Missing out.
It's always people who morally grandstand like Ian who are the worst people. That's why I watch Nick. He hosts a show rating how funny women crying are and supports
Yeah, dude, I do.
Klein. Anything he's hiding will amount to nothing in comparison.
Dude, I just wear it all on my sleeve, We rate how funny it is when they cry, apparently. That's what they fucking write on Reddit, dude. It's insane.
You could be Ian. The content cop has been nothing but a failure. It's done harm to everyone associated with Ian, so the new narrative is to hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians. Act as if the content cop was about Israel-Palestine the whole time.
I even hate calling it drama, because it at the end of the day, it was you kind of take...
And I'll say it again for those in the back. Israel-Palestine is YouTube drama. Unfortunately, you have made it YouTube drama. You have made it impossible to engage with daily subjects without talking about a desert war.
I really like you.
Why? That's what's happened here. I mean, I don't know. I think it's really sad. But unfortunately, when you use dead Palestinian children as human meat shields in your controversies and stuff, you have minimized what's going on over there to YouTube drama. It's just the truth.
Taking a stand of being pro-Palestine. I don't think that's drama necessarily, but the way that they have handled talking about this, people like
Nick, you're not talking about this with the sensitivity it deserves. Yeah, I know, it's against my will. I wouldn't be talking about it at all.
and some people on Twitter that cover this make...
I miss the days when Hassan was begging everyone to cover this content instead of, like, making this entire situation about it.
Get about themselves so often when that's not what any of this is about, like...
I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking...
Dude, it's Captain Palestine,
nasty
bro!
person who just wants to roll around in the shit.
There's people in Palestine dying every fucking day. I think over the weekend, just on Saturday alone, like over 100...
Like, dude.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Like, Ian is simultaneously the guy who quit his charity event because he wanted to do more YouTube drama, and also the altruistic person who's trying to save Palestine through making YouTube RedTube content. You know? It's like, what am I supposed to believe here? Are you trying to be like a fucking advocate here? Are you trying to be like a political influencer? Or are you trying to be a fucking YouTube drama guy? Because I feel like your efforts could have been better spent fixing your charity event rather than starting a huge fight.
100 people were bombed and killed.
I can show your tattoos in all of their glory.
I mean, you could have donated your 35% to Palestine, right? You could have had a successful event and said, hey, look, that's going to cancer, but we're also announcing that 35% of the revenue will be going to fucking aid families of fucking shelled villages in Gaza, right? That would have been putting your money where your mouth is. And you would have got your tax write-off and probably looked good doing it.
Or I can show that
34%, yeah.
Your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste, but
again, if you want to know,
you could have milked that so much harder. Big content strategy problems here.
I'm going back to the well on this one, but
right?
Someone did tell me it was entirely reasonable, right? That people do get 34% when they do these charity events, and that we're being a bit too harsh. They actually call it the 34% rule. If you look up Rule 34 right now about Anissa Jomha, there's an entire article that somebody wrote explaining why it is justified that they took that much money. So I urge you on your spare time. I'm not going to pull it up here because we've already checked it out on the channel. But if you look up Anissa Jomha Rule 34, it will give you all the information you need to know.
Great execution subreddit.
What was the impulse to finally take a stand?
Yeah, well, I think Ethan made it really fucking easy for me. I think honestly the only thing that made me second guess any of it was how it affects other people.
Ethan was mad because people were calling CPS on his children, and the content cop was acting like Ethan was lashing out for no reason. But now that Ian's criticized, suddenly he's a
oh god, I'm on my work Wi-Fi. Dude, oh Jesus.
Big advocate for Palestine. The only time he talked about it is when he said Anissa's half Irish and half Lebanese, so that makes her an expert.
I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
I don't know, dude. She was half Lebanese in college, all right? A lot of girls go through that phase. I mean, I wouldn't think much of it now.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel.
34%. Honk.
Thank you.
When called out for this by the entire internet, Ian acts like he's above it all.
Yeah, I'm definitely a loser to a huge swath of people online.
Yeah.
And it's I don't really care to be a winner in their eyes.
I don't care.
Oh, I gotta kind of reconcile with my past
What is this? Oh, it's the Kabuki podcast.
moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I relate in that way, but then I also relate in the way that it's hard. It's hard to be funny. And I can tell that bro really admires a lot of these comedians that he's had on his show. I think he wants to,
Meanwhile, your wife is trying to skinwalk Hila Klein and just prove that she's also a fucking genius businesswoman, dude.
Something special. I think he wants to be an entertainer, but it's gonna take a lot of
It's all gaslighting. Obviously, fucking Anissa is a pathetic.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Anissa is a pathetic moron who craves clout, attention, and notoriety for doing things that are really cool and epic and being a cool businesswoman and shit. And iDubbbz is a person who's desperately trying to find out what kind of content creator he wants to be 5 years after he told everybody he didn't like them anymore. So, I mean, they're kind of just looking at two people who've got their lives figured out and lashing out at that. That's what I think personally.
Pain and hurt to actually discover who the fuck you are, because I don't think he knows who he is.
Anissa wants kids like Hila has, but she just doesn't want Ian's kids. I don't know, dude.
To be honest,
it wasn't overnight, me gaining my confidence back. And I'm still probably not all the way there, but
this guy projects more than a movie theater. Yeah, Ethan
Thank
should have followed
you.
your podcast format, where you hide all your new episodes on Patreon. They've figured out a way to argue that them making boring content somehow makes them a better person. I've subscribed to their Patreon, and their podcast was so mundane I couldn't bother to slog through it. This was the highlight.
I would say there's some options that you don't think about as existing, especially when you're younger. I didn't think about how I could put an egg in my ramen.
Yeah.
I never considered that.
What? Dude. Okay. Oh, dude, this is what podcasting is. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And it always felt like it was a little bit like lacking something. Like I wanted to put something like cheese in there, but Fluffy put me on to putting an egg in there. I mean,
dude, I needed something cheese-like in my ramen. I couldn't figure it out until I was 35 years old, and someone told me to put crack an egg and put it in my ramen.
He chefed it up quite a bit.
He chefed it up, dude. These people are adults. They're like they're parent-age adults.
He like would go through
the goat. Thank you for the
Holy
$5,
fuck,
my
dude.
man.
effort of like cutting up some green onions and stuff.
Yeah.
and putting
Oh,
it in
wow.
there.
He was really chefing it up.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do more, and I think that's, to be honest, what a lot of like, I think that's such a positive.
Dude, now I know why they love Denny's so much. This makes so much sense, dude. Holy fuck.
Avenue for people who are
Chat, if you're in a fucking relationship, one of you needs to know how to cook, or one needs to aspire to learn how to cook. Otherwise, you sit here talking about how you had a breakthrough where you put eggs in your ramen in your mid-30s.
struggling with their weight.
How are they morally grandstanding on getting less views? They act like Ian's video saved the sex industry.
When the OnlyFans shit happened and everybody was shitting their pants about me having an OnlyFans, there were...
Dude, that is not the way you should have worded that, Anissa.
Video saved the sex industry.
When the OnlyFans shit happened and everybody was shitting their pants about me having an OnlyFans, there...
I thought Ian handled it well. Why are you throwing him under the bus like that, dude? Everyone said that Ian took it in stride. What's going on?
This video saved the sex industry.
When the OnlyFans shit happened and everybody was shitting their pants about me having an OnlyFans, there were some content creators that suggested to Ian, like, the move is to make your own OnlyFans and go in there and fucking just start posting on OnlyFans and make it a big joke. And, like, that's what people want to see. That's what's going to be entertaining. And, like...
All right, I would think that's kind of weird advice, too. It's like, listen, all right? I know we're good friends, and I am not gay, but what you need to do is post your penis on OnlyFans. Everyone would think it was a great idea, you know? I'm giving you $1 million idea. As a straight
Nicholas, the goat.
my hand
Thank
to
you for the
God,
$5,
you
my
should
man.
post your cock online. That's not how he framed it. I know, I'm being a dick, right? Could you imagine that? You're like friend reaching. Dude, imagine that happens to a fucking girl.
I recommend watching Nicholas
Imagine
DeOrio's
giving the
latest
advice
video.
like, oh, you should open an OnlyFans, but to the wife instead of the husband. It's like, you know, all right, your husband wants to do this thing. You know what you should do is you should just get on there and it'll be a big joke. Just take out your tits. You know? It'd be hilarious, dude. You know, just show a little vag, tasteful, nothing crazy. That'd be hilarious, you know?
Yeah, we understand what the, like,
Correct.
politically correct,
Yes.
not politically correct,
Strategically.
the strategically correct move is, but for, in that instance, for the sex working community, that would harm...
Do you mean the Caleb Hammers strat? Papa Gut, address that! Papa Gut, I've heard the rumors. You're the #1 Caleb sweeper. Address it.
them so, like, so much more than, like, it would help us.
That's the biggest frustration, is that people don't really, it's like, I'm the one who made all of these.
Yeah, just please, what you should do is that you should make an OnlyFans and post things online and then link it to me, of course, because then I can laugh with you, Mr. Guy. Mr. Guy said that in the chat. Yeah, then just link it to me so we can all laugh together about this extremely funny joke that you've done.
Videos in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. yourself Keffel's tweet on.
There was a commentary community, like, chatter who, like...
Suggested results. Roll 34. iDubbbz. Thanks, Nick. I'ma go bleach my fucking eyes.
Thank you. Who was the commentary orbiter who, like, was getting harassed,
I
asking
recommend
for
watching
her to make
Nicholas
it? Like, this
DeOrio's
happened to
latest
somebody
video.
who watched our streams. I don't remember who it was. It the Courtney girl? There was, like, some person spamming them, like, oh, you should make an OnlyFans. Like a really creepy fucking dude. You should make an OnlyFans. Oh.
Understand the game.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like the suggestion of like
You're
making the
giving up the
OnlyFans
game.
thing a joke.
Yeah.
Tipster? Yeah, it was Tipster, dude. Everyone was like, Tipster, you gotta
I
make one,
recommend
dude.
watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Dude, just the Tipster would have been a crazy OnlyFans meme. Could you imagine if Tipster Bo Blacksed out and made an OnlyFans and he called it just the Tipster? Holy shit, dude.
Like, that was like, that's so obvious
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
But the people who suggested that shit to me are f***ing losers. If you're watching this, you're a f***ing loser.
Oh no, this guy thinks I'm a loser.
I'm gay.
Who would have thought that this would have been the peak of Ian's career? The biggest scope in Ian's video was him saying tons of people agree with him, they just didn't leave a comment or make a video because they're too busy.
I think all of the people who are like, who is like literally winning the argument and who is like presenting a better case. I think a lot of those people are just silent, you know? At most, they're clicking like on a video.
Holy
But
shit.
they're not gonna fucking put in like the labor to like make sure their guy wins or their girl wins, you know? They're just gonna fucking kind of move on because they got a life.
He's trying so hard to convince himself he's in the right.
Know that
Yeah, it feels like half of it is convincing him and half of it is convincing us, and he just does this out loud because he doesn't know what to say. He has his internal dialogue publicly.
other commentary channels,
Thank you for hitting the
regular
goal.
people, when they're trying to get a
Nicholas,
temperature check
the
about
goat.
how people
Thank you
feel
for the
about this,
$5,
they're gonna
my man.
like, you know, if the like dislike isn't giving them much of a vibe, they are gonna go to the comments and they are going to you know, use that as a template for how they should feel about it. Not in all cases, but you know, they want to have an understanding. They want to be tapped in because I think a lot of people, that is like it's important. You know, I want to know what people are thinking about a video. But I think there's a big force of really loud people in the comments, and they scare people away. And especially if it's brigaded fast.
No, nobody's getting scared away from engaging with a YouTube video because like people disagree with you in your YouTube comment section. I gotta be honest with you, there's like a vocal minority of people who absolutely hate me and consistently lie about me, and it has absolutely no impact on my actual content. It's just noise. You just have to ignore it and go and do what you're doing normally or whatever. There's always going to be people who hate you online. They're always going to show up and comment on your shit and stuff like that. If you ignore them, the situation resolves itself. If you talk about them and do podcasts about them and go on press tours talking about how shitty it is, then they're always going to be there.
And quickly, like within the first 24 hours of it being uploaded.
Or maybe it's because your video sucks, but let's let him cook.
There's been a lot of people to put out commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like they're like, this, I do not want the smoke, I do not want the heat. And even if it's like not genuine at all, it's like there are people out there in different communities that are like, I'm gonna get on this shit and I'm going to make them feel like the internet's against them and this is the fucking end of their career.
Bro, just name somebody.
The internet is like against you, to be clear. Like it absolutely is against you.
Which videos are, I mean, do any come to mind specifically about?
I mean, I think the left or the snark, the H3 snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller comment.
Dude, I can't believe it. That's like so crazy.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated
The
this.
H3 Snark subreddit has been keeping track of them. Meanwhile, like, Ethan, don't go on your subreddit. They're psyoping you. Meanwhile, he literally regularly browses the fucking Snark one, which is like crazy tankies from Hassan's community.
Commentary channel. I think there was like one smaller commentary channel. I think they may have focused on like fucking like Ethan's topics, or Ethan talking about Markiplier maybe. I'm not sure what it was specifically.
Holy fuck, dude, they're talking about Mika's rhetoric.
That one got nuked. There was a woman who made one. Oompaville was another one.
We got one name and it's Oompaville. Now, I like Oompaville, but he prefaced his video by saying, I don't know anything about the drama, I'm not going to look into it any farther, and he just sided with Ian on most things. He just says, I don't know the whole time.
I don't know. I really don't know the point of this video. I don't know what's going on. But it's very epic, though.
Okay.
A lot of calling out of hypocrisy, but everyone's always hypocritical. If you're speaking and you're
We never
critiquing
watched
things and you're
it.
judging
I
people, you're
talked about
always-
it once, but I didn't really address it a lot. My stance on Oompaville is that he straight up tells you he doesn't give a fuck about any of this stuff. So I think he's a little bit better than like Mudahar, I guess, who I guess kind of feigns it. I guess like that he cares a little bit about some of the stuff that he just like researched on some of the shit.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's
Like,
latest video.
Oompaville is good because he's a signal flare that says "Don't watch me" on every turn. So if you're watching Oompaville and you're expecting like a good drama video out of it, at some point I feel like it's kind of your own fault. Like he is very explicitly clear that he doesn't give a shit about any of this stuff and he's not doing any real investigation. He's covering it because it gets clicks and makes money, and that's all I can ask from somebody who doesn't care. Because a lot of people just try to fake it until they make it.
He's going to be hypocritical, no matter what. Like, it's not possible to not do that.
I don't know what that means.
Apparently, Denims, I don't know if this is true, I'm not going to fact check it, but this seems like
better than Papa. Well, yeah, what would you rather have? Now, we didn't have the Papa Meat shit. Would you rather have fucking Meat Canyon give his take on this, or Oompaville if you had to pick between two people, one guy who's absolutely not informed, pretending he kind of knows what's going on, making an ass of himself, or one guy who kind of comes out and says, I really don't give a fuck about this entire conflict, but here's my take on it if you care. I'm picking the second one every time. Yeah, 100%.
Incredible. Incredible.
Well, neither is also an answer. You can just watch a drama YouTuber. Yeah, that's probably fine. That's probably okay.
Incredible. Hey guys, I'm gonna watch the iDubbbz video, and I'm gonna pretty much take all of it as fact, whatever iDubbbz says, and then any criticism though, I'm pretty much just not gonna fact check it. It's pretty cool, man. I love it.
When people pointed out how lazy his video was, he co-posted by saying he touches too much grass. Dude, you only had to watch like 20 minutes of the H3 podcast to get his side of things. Is that too much work for you?
Mine is.
Ooh, Papa Gut. Did that one age well? I don't know. I think he's been getting in a fight with... I haven't watched any of the content about this, but Papa Gut has been getting in a fight about the Cameron kid. I think the Cameron kid was... I don't want to use the word pegged because that comes off wrong. I think they kind of got Cameron's character correctly. Did you see him like begging Leafy to watch his video on Twitter, and then he like unceremoniously deleted the tweet after everyone made fun of him about it? I mean, I don't know. I think they're kind of probably right about him just being like a little clout demon. I don't know.
This post interesting. Remove today's video.
Like Leafy showed back up on Twitter. He's like, "Wow, you're never gonna believe this. You should watch my content cop." Yeah, that was a thing that he did. It was that's pretty fucking cringe, dude. Tipster said, "Happy Pride Month, Nicholas DeOrio," dude. Thank you.
Why? Because I felt like it. I'm gonna start doing that more. I'm married. I can do whatever I want. Okay. Also, a lot of people expected a lot of research and taking it very seriously, and I can't do that while maintaining a positive mental state and touching grass and remaining employed, so I'm sorry.
He made a video that sucked and was called out for missing basic things like CPS getting called, but that's the only way you could think.
Yeah, but missing implies that he didn't do it on purpose, and I think that he might have, so.
This content cop was good, is if you're missing context. Ian's newest video is on how he does—
Oh wait, I'm sorry, was that about Oompaville? I'm completely lost, my bad. I don't think Oompaville did it on purpose. I don't think he knew what was going on, but Ian definitely did do it on purpose.
Doesn't like concern trolling.
Ultimately, concern trolling is just saying something in bad faith. It's very similar to tone policing or sea lioning.
Which is so ironic because all he did his entire video was concern troll Ethan and crazy make him. Now, Ethan famously has Tourette's, so what's the most empathetic—
Dude, world famous Tourette's haver Ethan Klein back in the news again. Dude, he's famously got Tourette's, chat.
Couple on YouTube tweet out now that
he's got the iconic Tourette's.
That he's become their enemy. Drugs? Okay, it's time for loved ones to step up for real. Parents, partners, someone. I'm saying this so genuinely. It's okay to ask for help. Please get help. I criticized Oompaville earlier.
Really? Because I think that's an appeal to authority. Have you even heard the red herring? I think right now you're using a lot of logical fallacies.
My video for chiming in without looking into anything. But that's the entire strategy iDubbbz, Hassan, and Denims entirely operate with. You lie, and then you lie to get out of the lie while continuing to lie. And then you convince everyone who doesn't know what's going on that your critics—
Unfortunately, your argument might be like good, and it might actually just like disprove everything I'm saying. But unfortunately, you've done an appeal to my dick and balls, so I'm not going to be able to take that and go anywhere with it. I'm gonna have to give you an L for effort.
Pro-genocide and are just crazy. The streamer watched an out-of-context TikTok thinking Denim's getting called a waiting room was because she wasn't pregnant.
But just some of the stuff that— What? Wait, what? Who the fuck is this person? How did I miss this?
He says about women too.
Thinking Denim's getting called a waiting room was because she wasn't pregnant.
But just some of the stuff that he saes about women too. I genuinely don't know how anybody even wants to work for him at this point.
Like a waiting room for semen? Wait. What?
It's like actually insane. He's like, what did he say? I saw some clip of him saying something about a woman, waiting room. He called her a waiting room. Because she hasn't had kids yet. Huh?
Dude, she's like a semen waiting room? Are you fucking kidding me? How could you possibly misrepresent a clip that horribly? You have to either be brain dead or like the most malicious person possible to just like absolutely miss what he's trying to say there and then turn it into like a fucking semen waiting room.
Denims gets called a waiting room.
That is so much funnier though. I unironically though, I might start doing that, to be clear. I might, not about her, but like that might come up in the future, and we might do that. That's a good bit. I think we're gonna do that in the future. That's a good one.
Because people wait in her stream until Hassan starts. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. But Ethan's sexist now.
There's gonna be a person who is so widely hated that joke will land. All right. I don't know who they are yet. They haven't spawned in, but eventually that will be funny 2 years down the line.
Everyone who watched these TikToks, even Meat Canyon, who's just trying to be down the middle, is helping Assad because this is not a down the middle drama.
I don't think that either side's really that.
Oh my god, dude, it's a waiting womb. Oh no, dude. Oh my god, I didn't even think of it like that. Yeah, dude, he called her a waiting womb. It's like, no, dude, Smaggle just has a fucking speech impediment. Holy shit.
That fucking great.
Who said that? Dragon Man? Who do I give that credit? I saw Wrangler of Tard say it first. Did anybody else say that? Carr said it. Apparently everyone said it. Jesus.
If I'm being honest, I feel like there's a lot of oopsie daisies, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. The problem is...
Oh, God. Dude, it's literally the critical talk, too. It's like, well, I think there's actually a big oopsie daisy. The last time I saw a charity event go this badly, someone got slapped in the face with a big meaty dildo on camera, and then everyone found out it wasn't charity. It was a porno that was filmed in my basement.
He has no... He cannot... He can never say that he's wrong about anything. That is the biggest... That's the biggest problem with all of these people. Nobody can just be like, yeah, I don't know. It is fucked up. This is fucked up. I shouldn't be overreacting to this.
I agree that this is a problem online, but it doesn't apply to Ethan in this drama. He's the only one that has corrected information when he's wrong.
Let me respond. I agree with you. I think that my characterization of it as a utopia, like in that moment, was distasteful. And I wish that I had said that differently. And I see that it came off bad. It came off bad. And
I like Ethan best when he's a junkyard dog and he just goes in there swinging. Everyone's like, no, Ethan, don't say that. And even to an extent, for like optics reasons, it's probably better if he doesn't. But when Ethan goes completely fucking demon mode, it's always the funniest shit that he does. Every time, bro.
And I was wrong on that one. I totally agree. Watching that clip back, I'm regretful about how I spoke about it. And I think I did say that, and I think that was wrong. I was incorrect on that.
You've said that numerous times. You actually said you ChatGPT'd against AB when AB was like, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, by the way, that's something I looked into, and I was actually wrong about that, for sure.
But Assad and these other people will lie and then continue to double down on it. Some of these lies go back over 3 years. I've documented this forever. But one that I think is particularly relevant is that Ethan is this ultra-Zionist genocide defender. Sometimes it's because he doesn't cite an exact figure.
You compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died, and neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war.
The figure...
It's not that they don't, like... So, my issue with this isn't that, like... Okay, here. I'm going to try to word this in a way that won't get, like, ridiculously clipped. A lot of people don't bring up the fact that Ethan was vocally for, and is still in many cases vocally for, Palestinians, vocally for people in Gaza, right? And the rebuttal to that is just because he says something doesn't necessarily mean that that's how he feels about it, or that's how his other actions have, that hasn't really contributed, like, his other actions and things that he said to that overall narrative. But, like, they don't show the clip. They just pretend it never happened. They pretend he's never been vocally for Palestine, vocally for Gaza, vocally against the IDF. It's not that, like, it's an argument based off of current actions and arguments that would piss other people off. It's that they just tell you it never happened at all, and they just ignore that as part of the script, and they don't engage with that at all whatsoever. And then when he says that he's, like, against the IDF, they just call him a liar.
The goat. Thank you for the $5.
It's the la 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 I can't hear you method that frustrates me, if that makes sense.
Here he cites is wrong. It's just wrong. Credible estimates have placed the full scale of the slaughter.
Like, if they pull it up and say, here, Ethan said this, but he said this, this, and this right here that makes me think maybe that first part isn't exactly true. That would mean a lot more to me than them just, you know, never mentioning that it happened to begin with. Because it looks disingenuous when you don't present it, that he made the actual effort multiple times to talk about how he feels about that region, and you guys just choose not to show it.
In Gaza had over 65,000 deaths due to traumatic injury alone.
Ha! He said doo-doo.
But when Ethan's video came out, this was a common estimate given by outlets. Another time, Hassan disagreed with one of the two organizations that Ethan donated money to.
His organization that Ethan donated to and urged his fans to donate to is not a fucking charity. They gave money directly to the Atlantic Council under the false notion that they were giving money to a Palestinian charity.
Wait. I've never seen this clip before. And this is a very recent clip because he's wearing the purple Lakers jersey from the Twitter. Wait. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Fans to donate to is
donated money to.
His organization that Ethan donated to and urged his fans to donate to is not a fucking charity.
His organization that his fans were like told to donate to is not a charity. Why?
They gave money directly to the Atlantic Council under the false notion that they were giving money to a
Wait, money went somewhere that wasn't where the person who was sending it thought it was going to go? They were misled, potentially? Huh. That sounds familiar.
Palestinian charity.
But if you watch the original broadcast, this guy's completely transparent.
Are we gonna just fucking ignore that? Are we not drawing the obvious fucking parallel here? About how all of a sudden people realize how you can get misled in fucking charity? Are we not gonna draw the obvious parallel from the guy that guy had on stream to glaze about his charity event like fucking 2 weeks ago?
I work at the Atlantic Council, where I am a resident senior fellow, but also I run Realign for Palestine through the Atlantic Council, and I have a...
I've never seen that clip before. How the fuck is every conversation not about Creator Clash? Holy fuck, dude. You could play that clip of Hassan Piker, like, right next to Ethan's coverage, and it seems like they agree.
We have, like, our own standalone website, realignforpalestine.org. There is a donate button. And yeah, so like you're certainly folks can donate there, but also I would encourage folks to consider the World Food Program has a Gaza Appeals page.
The World Food Program. Now we're talking, boys. I want to donate to that charity, bro. The World Food Program. I am in the need for that shit, dude. Let's go.
Here, I'm going to give you the page that is dedicated for sending food just for
to me, bro? Is it like, does it deliver?
Hassan even advocates for the same charity they promoted.
Yeah, the World Food Program is one of the
What? Okay, wait, maybe Willie. Hold on. Maybe Willie cooks. Maybe I'm being too harsh.
A Gaza Appeals page that is dedicated just for here, I'm going to give you the page that is dedicated for sending food just for
That's
Gaza.
like when fucking Hassan was like, wow, they got somebody to sponsor the fucking video. And he's like, wait, actually, I think they sponsored me recently. Don't go bother them.
Hassan even advocates for the same charity they promoted.
Yeah, the World Food Program is one of the actual humanitarian foundations that they link.
So Hassan mischaracterizes this entire situation and then crashes out partially because Gila describes people living in Gaza as Gazans.
It's really crazy how Hassan like just doesn't want us to help Gazans.
Oh my god.
What would they be, like Jerusalites? I don't know where Jerusalem... Dude, listen. Is Jerusalem by this place? Is that where this is? Is Jesus of Nazareth like there? I just kind of know the Middle East. I don't really know what else is going on there.
Oh, they're so gross, dude. They're such...
I assume Jerusalem is probably near... I'm kidding.
Disgusting.
Jesus, Nick? No, that's the point. Yeah, is Jesus there? That's the question, you know? Will it blend?
Genocidal propagandists. Oh my...
Are you for real? I'm kind of half for real. I don't really know where... I can't fucking... I'm not going to be able to put any of this shit on a map. I think that one day we should do a live stream. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a TTS live stream where every donation makes a sound. That's what we're going to do one day. I don't know what day it's going to be. I was initially going to do pinball, but we should do like... Not GeoGuessr. What's the thing where we try to like name all the Middle Eastern locations? That would be a fun stream. Just to like articulate how little I actually know about this region and give you a better like basis to go off of next time I talk about anything here. That would be a good idea. We could do that. We'll do it all. Every donation is TTS stream and play like where are the Middle Eastern locations.
Oh my god. Oh, it's crazy how Hassan doesn't want us to help the Palestinians. Wait, did she...
If I beat any person at all, keep in mind, guys, I was almost a history minor, all right? I was 1 credit away from being a history minor in college, dude.
I say Palestinians, hold on, maybe she did.
It's really crazy how Hassan...
Jews come from Jerusalem, dude. Yes or no? True!
Like, just...
Spread it. That's the new narrative. We've built this up, all right?
Doesn't want us to help Gazans.
Oh, she didn't even say Palestinians. She said Gazans. Yeah. Here, another great way to figure out Ahmed Al-Khatib being a a bad.
Listen, I've been watching a lot of stuff on this weird platform D Live, and I actually found out that like the real Jews were black people all along. I've been watching this content creator. He calls himself a black Israelite, and when I watch Ethan's coverage, he hasn't mentioned that.
Keffel's tweet.
You know, he hasn't mentioned. He's never talked about how this conflict has hurt black people. Okay, I'm sorry.
Faith actor is that he calls himself a Gazan American. He doesn't even call himself a Palestinian American.
Why is he making it a big deal? The coverage he watches doesn't.
Do you remember that when somebody said that? Unfortunately, guys, I do have to mention Destiny. Dude, remember when they said that Destiny had Yakubian energy because he was criticizing something? He's like, I can see that you have quite you have very clear Yakubian energy that you're giving off right now.
Thank you for the $5, my man.
But every day.
The Gazans.
Thousands of starved Gazans.
The future of Gazans.
Gazan children.
Pressuring the Gazans.
Displaced Gazans.
Hassan has tweeted it several times. Hassan himself has described Palestinians living in Gaza as Gazans.
There are definitely a lot of
because he has the pass. You don't understand. Hila doesn't have the pass. She was in the IDF. She can't say that, all right? That's not her word.
Israelis that do want the Israeli civilians to die, and certainly the Gazan civilians to die as well. The Gazans did not have access to...
You can't say the G word, okay?
You say Palestinians, you say Gazans. Oh, they're so gross, dude.
But the biggest sin Ethan committed was not liking a slogan.
You were talking about from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And
so like at worst, the worst interpretation of that would be like someone like Hamas or Hezbollah or like terrorist organizations who are
Dude, from the river to the sea to Washington from the river to the sea to Washington D.C. and Tommy C. Okay, that's the new slogan.
Yeah, we want to actually kill everybody there. That's the worst interpretation of it. I know that there's a lot of people, obviously, vast majority of people who do say that don't want to kill all the Jews there, right?
They're such disgusting genocidal propagandists. Oh my god.
Does he really deserve that label? I'm sure there's plenty of things to criticize Ethan for, but these people are labeling him as something that he's not. He agrees with them on all the biggest points.
And the government of Israel is a colossal failure. Netanyahu's a war criminal, a fucking psycho. Into the genocide happening by settler fucking lunatics, and they're hellbent on genocide, frankly, overtly. They've committed tons of war crimes in Gaza, including the killing of children, obviously, because Gaza is one of the most densely populated.
My thing is, like, at least just, dude, if you're gonna make the argument that, like, he doesn't hold these positions anymore, I feel like you have to present the fact that he has made these public statements. You can't just pretend they never happened, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, because a lot of the snark, like, thing is making something up, like fabricating something out of thin air, and then just repeating it over and over and over again until it sticks. So I'm going to be hypercritical when you omit context like this, because that's what they do with everybody else. Oh, Nick hosts a review show where he, like, fucking rates rapes on how funny the women cry. Okay, yeah, so obviously I'm going to be hypercritical when you're leaving context out, because you're extremely manipulative pieces of shit.
Places in the world. I'm told myself all the way to, outright.
Look, that's a 7 on the funny meter. Can we get 5 big booms for that?
Saying that it's apartheid, that it's genocide.
Speaking of 5 big booms, I think I mentioned this, but fucking AJ and Big Justice are doing like an autograph signing at VidCon. I gotta hit up Wavy. We have to go to this. I don't care what we're supposed to be doing on Saturday. We need to go meet up with AJ and Big Justice and take a picture for the boom meter.
That the Israeli government is committing. Happening in Gaza is a terrible humanitarian crisis that we should all care about. If you're pro-genocide, then we're definitely gonna have a disagreement.
Bro, all of these comments on every video call him a genocide supporter because he doesn't like every single thing these guys say and do.
I don't know what's going on. But ever since October 7th, it's like
You're being kind of genocide right now. All right, we need to talk more about the fucking Israelis, dude.
Nothing more or less than a Zionist genocide supporter. Nothing.
Genocidal propagandists. Oh my god.
At what point are they just slandering him? And the most cowardly part is they hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians.
You're gonna make me buy an actual ticket? Yes, I am, buddy. Remember, it's a tax write-off. Let's go! We gotta go meet Big Justice and fucking AJ, dude.
to avoid
we gotta get him to say 5 big booms for our fallen friend Bo Blacks.
any accountability on this.
Also wild because the political content creator in question is an anti-genocide content creator, and the arguments they're attacking him for are anti-genocide arguments. So these creators, you know, they're positioning themselves in opposition to him and his arguments, de facto positioning themselves on the pro-genocide side. You know, anti-genocide is pro-genocide. It's quite the precarious predicament they've placed themselves in.
He's twisting himself into a pretzel trying to explain it. You can't criticize Hassan, otherwise you're pro-genocide. It's so stupid. I watched Noah Samson's most recent video.
But you know who really is pro-genocide? Not in the traditional sense. I don't think that Hassan Piker is pro-genocide in terms like that he wants it to happen. But I think he is professionally covering genocide. I think he is like a professional genocide fucking enjoyer on stream. Where maybe I don't think he enjoys the acts that it's happening, but he's definitely profiting at a professional level. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
About Ethan Klein and Mudahar suing him for defamation. And I was blown away when I heard his explanation for why Mudahar is pro-genocide. It's because he criticized Hassan for his Houthi interview. One of the worst interviews in all of YouTube. I have an entire video on it. Go watch it.
Does he know what One Piece is?
One Piece, like, is...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like a profiteer. He's obviously not pro-genocide, but he's made a fuckload of money off of it.
that an organization?
No, One Piece is an anime.
Because he puts himself in as the saving grace of of the internet or whatever. Like every bad empanada video that we watch saves another Palestinian child and gives them a room and board or whatever to sleep tonight. We just have to watch a couple more bad empanada videos and people will care enough that we can solve this crisis in the Middle East. Please give me another 50 gifted subs. Thank you.
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes.
I think he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced to music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him. Yeah.
So I mean,
do you legit believe that he's not pro-genocide? He wants Israel gone. Well, I don't think he wants them to kill every Israeli.
Nicholas, the goat.
So then no,
I appreciate that.
I don't think that he's I don't think he's pro-genocide of Jews. I don't think he wants all the Jews killed.
What? That's so great.
I don't think he has a good solution for that problem either. You know what? Asking Hassan Piker what to do with Israel is a lot like asking a racist what to do with black people.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
That's actually a really good comparison. That is a great comparison. Asking Hassan how to fix the Israel situation and what to do with the state of Israel is the same as going up to a racist person and asking them how they're going to deport all the black people. 100%. Because they, let's do this. And then you ask, well, how would we reasonably accomplish your goal, crazy racist person? And they have no answer for that. They're because there's just no way it would possibly happen.
Easy. So they're just fucking chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
To be clear, we're talking about a man they took hostage.
America's like bomb.
Well, you ever ask David? Oh my god! If you ask some of these people in these podcasts, these fucking, it's like, well, how would you propose we actually go about doing that? It's like, well, in a perfect world, it's like we don't live in a perfect world. In the world that we live in, if you believe that X, Y, and Z is the problem, how would you go and solve that? There's never a solid answer there.
America's like blowing them up while they're just like doing cat and fucking chilling with the captains. Like, how does he feel about that? Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know how to describe it.
They essentially claim, we couldn't have possibly supported a genocide because elsewhere we have said that we don't. We said that genocide is bad, so we are exempt from any criticism for any other things we may have.
And by the way, genocide is bad is the most limp dick position possible. And dude, they're giving themselves a pat on the back for saying killing civilians is wrong. A take that is universally agreed upon.
Said that do actually support a genocide.
Look how brave I am, guys. Killing innocent civilians is wrong.
For this point, one of the quotes that they cite is Mutahar saying, I'm not afraid to say that genocide...
Why do they always genocide Mutahar's name? Every person who says Mutahar just says it it's insane. It's always wrong. Mutahar, Mutatahar, Muta... It's like a fucking Pokemon.
Is wrong. Wow, how brave of you, Mutahar.
He feels like he has to say that because you keep...
wireless that they're constantly making this comment.
Saying otherwise.
Aside from that being just false, Mutahar stayed silent on Gaza throughout the entirety of the genocide until...
Yeah, dude. Wow, you're a coward. You can't even say killing civilians are bad. Don't look at anyone's account on October 7th. Anyone who says that regularly, do not scroll their account and see what they were retweeting or tweeting on October 7th.
It was time to join his friends on a Hassan bad smear campaign. If that's not fear, I don't know what you'd call it other than, I guess, cowardice.
That's it? Muda didn't make a video on the conflict? Pro-genocide. Muda criticized Hassan? Pro-genocide. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Muda was a Canadian.
It must be really nice, though, to live in a world where you can just tell everybody you're pro-genocide if and only if you disagree with me. Dude, I was watching this today. I don't really know a lot about the West Side Tyler guy, but he went on like an unhinged schizophrenic rant saying that every single person who doesn't like him is a pedophile. They're all like pro-pedophiles or something. I've literally not watched any of this guy's content, but Tipster sent, I don't know if I just outed Tipster, I apologize. But he sent me a clip of this guy. Listen to this.
Are you cool with the dog fucking pedophile community? Which is why no one's ever gonna fucking cover for them. No one's gonna watch this shit because I'd eat him alive. Oh, Turkey Tom, I dare you. I dare you to watch that video and talk shit about me. I fucking dare you to do it. I fucking dare you. Chud, Nick DeOrio, I fucking dare you to watch dog fucking pedophile community supporters, the fucking Groomer Defense League's hit piece on me, just so I can smear you with your fucking closeness to them.
I have no idea who he's even referencing in this clip. I have absolutely no fucking idea who he's talking about.
Because I got screenshots of all y'all hanging out. And I'm just...
Apparently I've been hanging out with dog fucking pedophiles or something. I have no idea who, I literally have no fucking idea who this could even be.
I fucking use them to annihilate you. It's fucking god tier shit. Please keep making it. Keep doing it. I wouldn't have as much ground to stand on against Bana Banana with his community. I'd still be fine.
I feel like this guy is in like he's in a different parallel universe than everybody else. I asked, like, I don't even mean to be a dick. Is the guy like on the spectrum? I have no idea what he's trying to say.
If it wasn't you guys that presented the fucking evidence, the biggest thing I had on him is, why is this guy friends with a necrophile? That
What
happened because of you. You're so dog shit.
I missed this season, and it's about me. This is why, like, dude, they're like 16 seasons ahead right now. I have no idea what's happening.
Fighting me because...
What did Bo Blacks do this time?
Because of your foulness and who you people are, that you're taking L's by existing, which you should be used to. It's fucking amazing, dude. Keep doing it. I told you. All I gotta do is fucking draw a thing. All the people that hate me are pedophiles and pedophile enablers and dog fuckers. And then they're on fucking camera doing it. So the few people that aren't, it's like...
Apparently there's videos of Tom fucking dogs and children on camera or something. Which I hope you don't have those saved to your heart. I don't know what's happening.
Well, why are you standing next to them? I have a principled stand.
Hold on, wait.
Nicholas!
You're right.
The GOAT. Thank you for the
I gotta put a fucking picture of this guy on the screen. I can't pull it up because it's my DMs. So here. Alright. I'm sorry. This is very unprofessional of me. Just so you know who we're talking to. Okay. What were you saying? Go back.
So dog shit at fighting me because of your foulness and who you people are, that you're taking L's by existing. Which you should be used to.
Some weird dolphin guy named Dix came to my cave and told me that this world will embrace the touch of glistening oil.
Thank you for the 20 gifted as well.
Is this guy one of yours?
I don't know who this guy is. I don't know where he came from, but he's interesting, I'll say. And unfortunately, like, I can't really talk about this West Side Tyler guy because somebody made a video on him and he fucking struck him. It's like another bad empanada type situation where it's like I'm never gonna show your shit on screen again. And I'm just playing the content as a risk for me. Like, none of these small fucking time losers are worth like fighting copyright shit over.
It's fucking amazing, dude. Keep doing it. I told you.
Lolly.
All I gotta do is fucking draw a thing. All the people that hate me are pedophiles and pedophile enablers and dog fuckers. And then they're on fucking camera doing it. So the few people that aren't, it's like...
do the possible.
Well, why are you standing next to them? I have a principled stance. How principled? Did he get you to do the hypothetical about fucking the dog yet?
What is happening?
Can I say something to you, Nick?
I already won.
Why?
I won the day you became my enemy.
Dude, this guy won.
It's like fucking walking on an anthill when you don't even notice
it. Dude, Kermit literally won the whole feud. I don't know what we're fighting about yet.
Is this
Apparently I've taken an L.
It's there. You guys are dandelions I'm running over with a lawnmower. Maybe you hear yourself screaming, but I'm just having a good fucking time.
And for anyone who wants to know, if this guy says anything about this stream, it goes into the soy commentary chat. That's not drama. All right, we added a soy commentary chat in the Discord for all the shit that I don't care about. You could talk about it in there. Like, yeah, so dude, Kermit's going crazy. But my point is, it's extremely easy to go through life when every single person that you disagree with is just a pedophile. They're a pedophile, they're a rapist, they're a necrophile. It's just like, oh, okay, well, I don't really have to engage with their arguments because I've decided, the court has decided that you molest children, good sir. Unfortunately, you will not be making it to heaven.
YouTuber didn't realize he was the prime minister of Israel. This is the propaganda machine at work. Lie about people who criticize you, and you get
I really like you.
Why?
Called out, crazy make them, support people who dox or falsely called CPS on them. Then when they respond to that, concern troll, hide behind the dead bodies of children, act above it all, even though they instigated it. That way everyone...
Is he talking about dog warts? Okay, I don't actually know what dog warts is. Is that like Mr. Girl and Destiny's weird fucking...
I'd like to give a big shout out to
I missed that arc. Is that what he's going on about?
When he was not paying...
Wait, the dog girl?
Attention will think you're the right.
Is that like that's a video Tom did, right? Where he interviewed the dog girl.
Can I say something to you?
Who
Nick?
like shit in the street.
I really like you.
Why? But she wasn't a dog. She was actually a girl. So I don't know. Okay.
National one. It's really dangerous to conflate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, but it's completely acceptable to
really
conflate
lolly?
criticizing Hassan with...
That was Keem? No, I don't think Keem fucked the dog girl. Wait, did Keem fuck the dog girl? You're giving me false memories now. Did Keem fuck the dog girl? Was that a public controversy?
Is this really lolly?
I don't know.
Being pro-genocide, I'll probably get blamed for killing an entire school bus worth of children for uploading this YouTube video.
What you're doing with your platform is...
Yeah, all right, the main problem with their argument...
Can I say something to you, Nick?
Thank you.
I really like you.
Why? The main boon to their argument here is just like, if you're criticizing pro-Palestinian voices, then you yourself are in the wrong because you're stopping us from like saving the world. Because they believe fundamentally that their content is having some impact. I'm not talking about their charitable endeavors. Obviously that can have some impact, but they think their day-to-day coverage is fucking saving lives. Okay? They have an insane inflated sense of self-worth, but they use that to like claim that anybody who's even trying to run them off the road is doing so with the intention of slaughtering Gazan civilians or Palestinian civilians. It's just fundamentally broken logic.
Entirely negative against pro-Palestinian voices. Yeah, of course people are going to think you're fucking anti-Palestine. And I personally think that too. I do think that. The fact that while Israel is
like
doing...
the real Israel-Palestine conflict is actually being fought on YouTube right now. But just the people in the region who are dying don't know. Like, what the people who are getting murdered in fucking Palestine don't know right now is that the people are metaphorically dying on YouTube even worse.
A genocide. A lot of these...
Hassan Piker has taken quite a lot of hits, all right? And I don't think the Palestinian children are giving him quite enough effort or credibility or whatever, credit.
People have shifted their priority...
Like on the soil of YouTube, the true battle is being fought.
...directly to drama slop and to attack people who call out Israel's genocide. We'll never fucking forget these monstrous pieces of shit for looking at a situation like the one happening, the one unfolding in Gaza, and choosing to never say anything about it, only to then make these fucking drama videos to call out the people who call out the Israeli government. If that's what you choose to do after 12 months, 13 months, 14 months of genocide, then you are less than nothing to me. Tens of thousands of children fucking destroyed. Okay? I read accounts from a parent that felt fire for the first time. Woke up. Okay? Immediately grabbed her son. Started running out of the...
This is like when Mama Max would turn around and be like, Spencer, how did Mudahar make you feel? Right? Like, Hassan is invoking a dead... a woman's testimony about her dead children to justify why you shouldn't criticize him on YouTube right now. It's like really gnarly, dark shit.
House. And in the process, didn't realize that her son felt a little bit lighter. He turned back around and saw that it wasn't her son that she was holding. It was simply her son's arm. Okay? That is the daily reality for Palestinians.
He's using a dead kid to shield valid criticism. It's so gross.
He just uses being pro-Palestine as a way to try to dance on this fucking tightrope where he gets to say whatever the fuck he wants.
That's you. These people want diplomatic immunity. Can't criticize Hassan because he is critical of Israel. Can't criticize Ian because he runs a for-profit charity.
Oilers
Ian
are
is the only person who gets...
Oilers or Panthers? I'm rooting for Brad Marchand. Yeah, I'm an American New York Rangers fan, and I want fucking Marchand to win the fucking cup.
It's a pass for
Yes, dude! It's Sean! I love Sean!
For-profit charity.
Ethan is the only person who gets a pass for torpedoing his own admission, torpedoing a charity event. Why are we giving Ethan a pass for saying he wants the charity event to fail, effectively getting the charity event to fail and to postpone, and for the original creators to divest from?
Nothing is ever these people's fault. Hassan can't get stopped at an airport without blaming his critics.
He's fucking dumbass.
Dude, fucking Nick DeOrio made the fucking... Nick DeOrio called the IDF and had the US government detain me.
Flop tubers are actually playing with fucking fire. And I even thought about not even mentioning this because I was like, I don't want to give him any...
Bro, they sent skulls to Ethan's house. Bro, they called CPS on his children, dude. Fire is like... Dude, the whole house is on fire already, bro.
Sort of like power over the situation.
You got randomly selected for special screening, dude. It's not that fucking big of a deal.
But like, the reality of the matter is 100% the Trump administration is inadvertently working with a lot of these fucking dipshits. These dipshits are playing a formative role.
Dude, it's not just that we're fucking pro-genocide. Now we're unintentionally working with the Trump administration. Like, they're just trying to cast a huge net, put us all in there and throw us into the ocean. It's like, what is the proper combination of words I can use to discredit these people without engaging with their talking points?
In getting people in trouble with the law.
This guy
apparently, yeah, dude, me and Ethan Klein are currently leading the Trump administration. With Dan Saltman, by the way.
Video. It's comical. These people are such spurgs. Ryan Beard announces that he's criticizing Ethan in an upcoming video, and Hassan tries to gatekeep it. If you're a YouTube content creator who hasn't said dick about Israel-Palestine, and you're only now starting to let your critical positions on Israel be known, after 19 months of genocide since it's no longer going to cause you severe career penalties, and you've spent a moment finger-wagging at people who have been correct the entire time, I will absolutely come after you. So you just argue with people that agree with you. Argues with Ethan,
I can't whistle, fuck.
Argues with Ryan. I will absolutely come after you. You aren't gonna do shit. Oh no, Hassan's gonna react to Bad Empanada watching somebody else's video, and then get up and leave halfway through. I have a lot more to say about Hassan, but that'll be part of a much bigger video. So subscribe to the channel and buy your dad a wallet.
Bro, this guy is gonna make a billion videos on this. Do they not know that WillyMacShow is literally grifting this drama right now? Holy shit, dude. WillyMacShow is literally profiting so much, dude. He's grifting this fucking topic. You're supposed to only make 300 videos like me, dude. Holy shit. Can you believe it? Is somebody gonna alert WillyMacShow that he's actually still grifting? Dude, I thought that was a pretty good video. That was pretty good. Holy shit, dude. I actually want to... Wait, what? Why are the watches called... I can't escape politics anywhere, dude. Not the watches. The wallets are fucking Senate and Parliament.
Shout out to the homies over on Patreon.
Ridiculous, dude. So then more shit happened. More things had gone on in the wonderful world. Yeah, I think Willie's video is good. I liked it, I think, better than the first one, and I liked the first one. I think he's been pretty on point this series so far. I think the one thing I would include is the fact that what's his name? Froggy Tonic denies being flown out from France. That's a piece of context that I think is reasonable to put in the video. Because whether he's telling the truth or not doesn't really matter, right? You should still want to portray his side until it's decided or until it's confirmed whether he's lying or telling the truth. So that's probably my one major criticism of that video. And I guess as major as it could possibly be in a video that I liked. So then WillyMac had seen a thread on his video that was posted because somebody sent him a 500, I don't know what that is, CHF. What is 500 CHF to USD? 500 CHF to USD. It is $608. Oh wow, it goes up. It's the Swiss franc. So somebody gave him a $608 donation on his fucking video, and they didn't like that. That's right, everyone. Somebody actually paid this grifting, sex abuse enabling piece of human shit $600 on his iDubbbz video, and I don't know why he's a sex abuse enabler. I must have missed that arc of like defamation. Why are these people getting threatened with lawsuits again? I don't have the foggiest. I don't know why that sex abuse enabling piece of shit. Awesome. Willie's social blade ain't looking so pretty. And then WillyMacShow wrote Willie stays winning. And then some like decrepit freak wrote him in DMs and went, I hope Willie sees you're simping, little man. You're to Willie what he is to Epstein. And again, like this is all, there is like a sector of crazy tanky schizophrenic freaks who have just like wildly over exaggerated me, Willie, other people, their ties to, and benefits and all of this stuff with Destiny. They still constantly clip out of context things from the New Year's stream. They still constantly clip out of context stuff from the President Sunday videos. They claim that Willie is like a bought and sold actor because he went on the election stream and did like the fucking January 6th video. They just cling to this. Basically, when I see shit like this, where it's like you're to Willie what he is to Epstein, I basically disregard this person. They don't really have anything of value to contribute to any discussion. But Willie is actually Willie here. He's not just some random person. So he writes back, "I am Willie," and then he got banned.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio.
Like literally, just straight up got banned, dude. It was actually
Nicholas,
over.
when will you be moving into the cave? We've got cable TV, Wi-Fi, and a Rolex day date. President 118,238. You shall lead La Costa Nostra and will lead collections within my walls.
I love me a presidential.
You are the law we need, Nicholas.
So they get banned, right? And the moderator of the subreddit is telling Willie to kill himself. Like that's what "keep yourself safe" is in reference to. So that like the people who run the H3 Snark subreddit are banning people with "keep yourself safe" as the text. I don't get it. Then it has something about a circumvention and a ban. Willie writes back, "None of you go outside. Haha, you won't do shit." And do you know what happens? The next morning he wakes up. He was banned for harassment. Not from the H3 Snark subreddit. We already knew that. He got banned site-wide for 3 days because the moderator of the H3 Snark subreddit said, "Kill yourself." And then he wrote, "Yeah, you're not going to do shit. Chill out," or whatever. Right? So, I mean, the first thing that I think of when I see this is like, I wonder why people are saying they're getting special treatment from Reddit and why people are speculating they got like an admin on the payroll. Because I've never seen a subreddit lie about people, brigade people, and harass people the way that they do, breaking every TOS rule in the book, right? And still exists because they cracked down on this stuff years ago. Lots of Snark subreddits have been banned, but this one gets to keep going in multiple different iterations. And then stuff like this happens where Willie just comments on there, gets banned, and he gets a 3-day site-wide Reddit ban. That's weird. That's extremely fucking weird. And then a DM here, a direct message sent from WillyMacShow on 0608. After reviewing it, we found you broke Rule 1 for engaging in harassment. Reddit is a place for creating community and belonging, and not for harassment and bullying people. We have issued a temporary 3-day ban on this account. Like, what? So the only DM in his actual DMs that he had sent, other than that other "you won't do shit" message, is him saying, "I am Willie." And then this psychotic, like, eggless wine mom wrote back to him going, "Then you are even sadder than I thought you were. I'm very happy I got so far under your skin that you felt compelled to comment on a post I made nearly 3 weeks ago. Aw, you made a post about me? I'm touched, little man. I really am. I continue to mercilessly fuck yourself in the ass in an attempt to save your dying channel. Have a nice day." Like, what is happening? I am Willie, dude. Ban this guy. Get this guy off the site. Nick, that picture is Ethan. Oh, I'm not criticizing them because they're using a gender bent Ethan profile pic. I can smell their dried eggs through the message. That's I can smell their lack of ability to have kids just through what they're saying. Yeah, I don't. Reddit admin team. This decision was made without the assistance of automation. So the admin team is specifically saying that somebody viewed this interaction, right? This one right here, and thought, oh, this Willie guy, he's gone crazy. We got to stop this guy immediately. So yeah, I wonder why people think that there's an admin on the payroll. This is ridiculous. This is weird. It's crazy. It's not in line with Reddit's usual handling of their TOS. I don't know how this power mod is able to do this. It's weird. So again, Willie had actually gone on to the H3 podcast today to discuss it. I'm interested to hear what he had to say.
Hello, Willie.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Or as I've heard you referred to as many times, Willie Slop.
Hold on. Ethan Klein, WillyMacShow, and Dan Saltman's React.dev button. Seems like Destiny is back on the menu, boys.
Show.
No, it's true. If you make fun of Hassan, he gives you a cool nickname.
Yeah. So I'm curious what happened, because we went through a similar thing. I don't know if you heard me explaining or if you know about.
And by the way, Destiny has nothing to do with like Redact.dev sponsorships. Dan Saltman has repeatedly offered me to give me loads of money to promote Redact.dev. And Destiny fucking hates me. So I can assure you he's not calling the shots on what YouTubers get sponsored.
This fake Ramadan post bullshit.
So I have heard you complain about the Reddit, like in terms of you think like the whole site's compromised. But I always thought like it's something you can never confirm, so I never gave it much weight.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, right? It's like, well, people are saying that Ethan's going crazy because he's filing DMCAs on clips. And then all of a sudden, Bad Empanada started filing DMCAs on clips. And now I'm like, wait, what were we supposed to be mad at here? And it's like, well, Ethan's been going crazy saying that like the Reddit people are taking over or whatever. And that like there's like a man on the inside that's helping out Snark. And then Willie gets this really weird ban. And you're like, well, and then Ethan goes, iDubbbz and Anissa have backstabbed him and probably side with the people who are attacking them. And then you know what iDubbbz and Anissa do? They come out and say, well, yeah, we are siding with them, but you didn't know that. You didn't know that at the time. You guessed off of... I mean, at what point do you start to look at this and go, huh?
But I found it very weird how like my very limited interaction ended up getting me banned on Reddit.
It makes no fucking sense. And I don't blame you for not like totally believing it, because it sounds like far-fetched. It sounds like ludicrous, but there are so many things. And they're at the point where they're not even trying to be subtle about it. So what happened? They posted about how someone in your chat, in your comment section of YouTube, left you a tip.
Yeah.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
That's going to read out loud.
You're stranded on an island with Ian. Would you eat him to survive, and would you use Ricky's hot sauce for added flavor?
Dude, all I have to say to that question is I'm so glad that I'm gonna be on vacation next week. I need a breather, dude. Would you cannibalize Ian with Ricky's hot sauce, dude? Is a fucking question.
Yeah, they left like a donation for $500.
And my chat's like, yeah, absolutely, dude. I'd eat anything with Ricky's hot sauce.
$100, so they just post.
Dude, Kermit the Frog is gonna start freaking out saying Nick's whole audience is cannibals now because of you.
About it, and all I did was reply, Willie stays winning or something like that. So then they banned me from the subreddit, which I don't really care. A guy DM'd me being like, yeah, I hope Willie sees you simping, you pathetic person, or whatever. And I just said I am Willie, which I thought was hilarious. And then the dude responded, like the Reddit like gives you a reason for why they ban you for the subreddit. And he wrote, keep yourself safe, which I thought was a threat, but I guess it just means like kill yourself or whatever. And
I just learned that too, Willie.
Yeah. So I just responded to that because like you could leave a reason for your ban appeal. Like you could appeal to the subreddit. And I just wrote, none of you guys will go outside. You won't do anything. Like, who are you kidding? And I guess that somewhere in there that led to me getting perma-banned.
Okay, so
not perma, 3-day ban.
So the
perma ban from the thing, but his thing says 3 days. Banned 3 days for harassment.
The moderators of the Snark subreddit listed the reason for your ban as keep yourself safe.
Yes.
You responded like you guys don't go outside or whatever.
Yeah, you guys won't do anything. You don't even leave your house.
How soon after?
Dude, people go crazy when I say Willie's not like internet people and he's not terminally online. He's just like some fucking guy who makes commentary videos. And I don't think it's ever been more obvious than like right now in this conversation.
After that, did you get banned on Reddit?
I don't know when it was, but I noticed this morning.
And what kind of message did they send you from Reddit?
For Reddit, they said it was for what I said in DMs. And the only DM I've sent says, I am Willie. So I have no idea.
So, I mean...
Now, I think, charitably, it's probably this message. Writing the word shit to the moderator was probably like a 3-day automatic ban. Because I do think they consider this a DM because you're DMing the mod team. That being said, I can't believe a human being looked at kill yourself and then said, nah, you're probably not going to do shit. And said, oh yeah, that bottom guy, that guy's got to take a 3-day vacation. That's crazy to me.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Especially
no, dude, it's completely ridiculous.
Especially when you look at it and the only person who's actually being harassing and
it's not automated. Yeah, I mean, a person literally looked at that and went, Willie needs to stand down.
Discussing in the DMs are both of these people who reached out to harass you just because you left a comment in another subreddit, and then another.
It just crossed me. Willie is the only commentator to speak up to Hassan. Oh, to speak to Hassan, Ethan, and Destiny in our lifetime. Yes, I thought you were gonna say he's the only one who's criticized all 3 of them, and I was like, what? Wait.
Person who's apparently a moderator of this subreddit who told you to kill yourself, and you got banned.
I don't know if you've seen it too. At the bottom of the Reddit ban, like when they ban you for the whole site, it says if it's automated or not.
Holy shit.
It says Reddit admin team. No, this decision was made without the assistance of automation. So somebody reads this guy telling me, at the most threatening me, at the least telling me to kill myself, and he goes, "No, Willie's out of line here. We gotta get this guy
fucking insane
off the site."
I don't see any other explanation because, like I've said, there's been so many creators who have had their snarks nuked off the subreddit.
Like, do you think that I should go post on there to see what happens? Like, if I respond back to the moderator, do I get like a fucking... Because I'm going to get banned immediately if I go on there, right? I guess maybe we field test it?
Reddit. I feel like ours has now escalated, done more, beyond, more consistently, more...
Like, I would like to see like, if other people start posting on there and getting ultimately banned, and they respond to those moderators in any such way, I would be interested to see the results as, like, whether they get platform bans as well associated with, like, the individual subreddit ban.
Horrible things. I mean, like, we had a guest calling.
I got people in chat are saying they've been instantly banned from there. Maybe it's because you associate with other subreddits. If you post in certain ones, they auto-ban you. But again, I mean, if you're in my Discord server and you get weird messages or you potentially get banned from there, please do put that in like topic suggestions or at me straight away. I would love to see what happens with you. Because I mean, it would be interesting to see how, if any of this is like correlated.
Went to the show just last week who was a Palestinian American activist. And they were reporting him to the FBI for charity fraud out in the open on their subreddit, 800 points and nothing continually.
Dude, I'm going to get banned from there. I'm going to write in there for the reason I'm going to write, I am, my response to the reason I'll write, I am Willie. Yeah. I'd like to see if that gets me hit. If that's like the magic 3 words, maybe they think Willie is penis. I am penis.
Nothing is done. In fact, we've had moderators of our
Dude, we are Willie. Yes, dude. Finally retaking that meme, bro. We are Willie. We are Willie.
Reddit, who were posted what they thought were harassing posts, and one of our moderators got permanently banned for reporting one of their harassing posts.
It's interesting because it just makes me think somebody on that subreddit has to work for Reddit. Because like even in the
dude, Willie has one bad interaction. He's like, fuck it, dude. Obviously someone on here works with Reddit. But like, people don't understand how Ethan was getting to that fucking position previously. And then one bad... Dude, that guy's totally got somebody on fucking payroll.
Even in the post that I'm replying to that says Willie stays.
I mean, I think it's reasonable that they're getting a little bit of help from somebody upstairs. I think that is a fair fucking criticism. And people are trying to link that back to, well, Ethan took a picture with Susan Wojcicki, meaning that he has superpowers on YouTube or whatever, from like the 2020, 2016 videos that were made on Ethan Klein, as if that's the same. Looking at what's happened here with like how this subreddit has continued to persist with all of the defamation, all the claims, people just branding me as fucking Nazis, targeted intrinsic attacks fucking everywhere, all over the subreddit. And the issue isn't that they're doing it. The issue is that like Reddit isn't equally moderating that sub the way that they moderate all the other snark subreddits. They get away with murder. They break every TOS in the book, and they are allowed to simply persist, where if you go in there and you talk and they ban you for it, they will all, like, you'll get a site-wide 3-day ban for saying you're not going to do shit to me.
He's winning. They're calling me a sex abuse enabling.
By the way, Ethan doesn't have any perms on YouTube anymore because Susan Wojcicki is dead. So he doesn't even have superpowers on the site anymore.
Piece of human shit. And it's like, what have I ever done to deserve that? When have I ever done that? It's insane. It's absurd.
That I don't know what it's going to take, but at this point it's just beyond disturbing, and I don't know. I mean, Reddit is just, I don't know what to say. I'm just speechless at this point. It's really fucking nuts, dude.
No, and I think dude,
it's Frogan's favorite time right now. Sorry.
I do want to apologize too, because their profile picture was what I thought a battered middle-aged woman, and it turned out to be
was me.
You dressed in drag. And is Gila treating you right?
I'm okay. Well, the picture wasn't real. She treats me very kind.
Okay.
My boys, on the other hand, they
as long as you're not battered, Ethan.
me up regularly. Yeah, you got, but that's okay.
You know, it's one of those things, man, where it's like, I don't really take the threat too seriously, but at the same, because it's just like as an Xbox Live thing, I don't care. But then, like, on the other hand, the subreddit's doing it to you guys and your team and your crew, and you guys have received legitimate death threats that are all coming from this like politically driven place of you're evil.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know why Reddit would tolerate this.
Yep.
And again, it's really hard not to like think that a YouTuber was shot and killed today over a copyright dispute in Las Vegas. I would be lying if that didn't now re-affect, like, if that didn't make me reassess some of like the severity of what we've seen so far. Do I think Hassan Piker is going to shoot Ethan Klein in cold blood? Absolutely not. 100% no. But I think this has escalated to a point of like legit danger for some people.
I find it very odd that they would...
You didn't hear? Oh, I'm sorry. If you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, we covered it. Well, we briefly mentioned it. We'll probably cover it in the future. But yeah, there was a copyright dispute. There was a long-standing beef between two YouTubers, and I guess one of them lived in the Vegas area. The other one was out on vacation with his wife. Guy pulled up today on them. We're live streaming the whole thing, unfortunately, and shot the guy in the head or whatever. Shot the guy a couple of times, put a couple bullets in him, and then his wife went to go pick up the camera, and he shot and killed her too. And there's like it's a long-standing YouTube beef that now outlives them. It's crazy. It is a crazy landscape right now. There's in fucking California and in fucking LA, there's riots right now, and in Vegas, YouTubers are getting shot over copyright.
That then I get banned. Like, this is the first time I think I've given your theory any sort of credibility, because like I've seen the window into it maybe a little bit.
Yep. I'm everything lines up, man. And like I said, at least it's validating me to see other people it happen to them, because it's you can't explain it. Like, I don't blame you at all for not believing it. It sounds far-fetched. I probably wouldn't either if I was on the outside. I'd be like, it sounds a little hysterical. But that's what it is. That's WillyMacShow,
That's all
everybody.
I got for you, man.
Thanks for calling. I appreciate you sharing that.
Hey, peace, man. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. WillyMacShow, everybody. Thanks for calling in. The newest victim of Reddit. Get this man his Reddit account back stat. Is there no justice in this world?
Dude, WillyMacShow, friend of the temple. Dude, he's gonna be called like an IDF supporter now because he'd gone on this show. Holy shit. Justice for Willie? Yeah, dude, it's over. Friend of the temple, WillyMacShow, just got fucking criticized. Friend of Jews. Yeah, friend of Jews, WillyMacShow. Do you know that WillyMacShow went on the Ethan Klein stream, whose Wife, Gila Klein, watches Nick DeOrio, the ultimate rape reviewer, who supposedly makes live streams rating women's crying and rates them on the funny meter for how sad their abuse or how funny their abuse actually was. Crazy. That WillyMacShow guy is in deep with bad people. That's legitimately a snark thing.
Nicholas!
That's the snark
The
hole.
goat.
You've fallen into a snark
$5,
hole and you
man.
can't get out. Ricky's hot sauce and wings are fire, though. If you're in South Florida, go there. Wait, there's an actual location? Is that a thing? Free Willy? Dude, Free Willy, that's like a movie, dude. That's crazy. We need a funny meter for real, though. I only pull out the funny meter when we're ranking, like, Hassan Piker crying on stream about, like, getting clipped out of context. We'll rank him on the funny meter.